Welcome to Fright Night. For real. I'm just playing. What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the Italian Stallion, here for another episode of Stallion Speaks. You know, never been called a teacher's pet, and that is the episode title for tonight. Never been a teacher's pet. I like to tell it how it is. When you have a conversation with me, it is genuine. It's genuine until you decide that it is not genuine anymore. Entiende? Capiche? See, what it is this. There's a time to be nice, and there's a time to not be nice. And tonight, nice is nowhere to be found. So full disclosure right now. Viewer audience, discretion is advised. There's going to be some harsh truths, harsh language, but all facts and truth tonight. That being said, the views and opinions of this program are not affiliated with those of any other organization or of anybody else. This is solely the Italian Stallion's views and my guest host tonight. And it's very appropriate that he is on tonight because I know he has a lot to say as well. Also, before I bring him on, I want to also thank everybody with the Rebels with a Cause channel. We now have 123 subscribers. I need to update that and over 18,000 views. So be sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. And also, please join that chat box live, or I will be providing the show link in the comment section here in a little bit if you want to come on for a few minutes and voice your opinion along with my guest host. That being said, please bring him on with the utmost respect and applause, whether you're watching this live or recorded. He is my favorite Ragin Cajun, my favorite brother, 8 years now together, and nothing has changed. 4 different coaches, and nothing has changed. But that being said, let's get with the program. The one, the only, Larry Frank Jr., what is up, my brother? How are you doing tonight?
What's up, my brother? Man, that was surreal, man. I never thought about that, man. We've been doing this through 4 coaches.
I mean, you might as well. I mean, towards the end of Golden, the first of Rick,
Yeah,
and then
Manny.
Diaz, and now this or what
Yeah,
have you. I mean,
yeah,
it's just unbelievable. It's
crazy.
it's unbelievable, and we're going to get it started. One thing that I am going to have on the ticker below, and the chat boxes, feel free to chime in as well. These are questions that I have, and I think that any reasonable Miami fan has the right to ask, and I'll get to those in a minute. But the story that leads off tonight's show, which is no surprise because we called it last week, Larry. So I don't know why. In fact, 2 weeks ago, what was it that I said on this very show? I said, guys, don't do this to yourself. Don't worry about other stupid ACC games. Don't worry about Miami making the playoffs. They will do what I said they would do. They will
Yes.
lose 3 more games. And here's the other strong possibility. These Syracuse and Virginia Tech game aren't gimmies either, by the way. And
Right.
so there is a strong possibility that now fans are training themselves. Well, maybe we can get to 10 wins. I want you to get that out of your head right now, because at best, this is an 8-4 team, provided that the wheels don't completely fall off and go to the 6-6 prediction that I made on Utah back in June with all the
Hmm.
unknowns that we didn't know. And that's still on the table as well. The only problem is the 6 I thought we were going to get, you actually lost 2 of the 6 I thought we had. That's the
Right.
sad part about it. So, what do I know? But that being said, Larry, I want you to get it started, and I'm going to look at the comment box and welcome everybody. So, Chris Kane, what is up, baby? I'm about to provide the link if you'd like to come on for a few minutes and share everything that you've said, man, because you are just as much right about all this shenanigans as we have been. But Larry, I want you to bring some heat right off the bat, brother, because you know I got a lot to say.
Oh yeah, man. Fuck Mario Cristobal. I'm gonna just come off just like that right out the gate. I'm not playing. I mean, I like I said. I was thankfully I was given the green light to no longer have to cradle some of my rhetoric and my language about Mario Cristobal on U Talk because we had to walk a thin line, But the reins were taken off yesterday, and I was told that you know what, you can be 100. So I didn't get a chance to do it this morning because the chat was so hot, and everybody, yourself included, everybody called in, and we just let y'all have it. But now I can officially say what I wanted to say this morning,
Let it
and that
rip.
is Mario Cristobal has the IQ, a coaching acumen as well of a tree stump. This motherfucker cannot coach to save his fucking life. This motherfucker is an egomaniac. He put more emphasis on Willis McGahee than preparation for the SMU game, which is
Facts.
terrible. You've got Shannon Dawson about to clock his ass on the sideline because Shannon Dawson, and I don't blame Shannon Dawson. You know what? Shouts out to you, Shannon Dawson. About time you grew a set of nuts because at the end of the day, you're taking the fall for Cristobal's philosophy, the ground and pound. You're an air raid OC, but Cristobal has you running plays out of the jumbo formation. Make it make sense. And at the end of the day, let's just be 100. September, beginning of October, Miami is national championship material. The end of October into November and December, guess what? Back to reality, back to some meaningless bowl that we're going to lose as well. So at the end of the day, let's see, 2022, 1-3 in November, 2023, 1-3 in November, last year, 2-2, this year, 0-1, and counting on more losses. So at the end of the day, brother, I'm done with Mario Cristobal. When the season's over, we'll see what happens. The only bad thing that we got going on is, and added today after Utah went off, Hugh Freeze gets fired. So
Yep.
now you have another attractive job in Auburn to compete with LSU and Penn State and Arkansas and Florida and Virginia Tech and all the other schools. I'm still anticipating Steve Sarkisian to make his move to the NFL. So I'm anticipating Texas to be open. So
Mm-hmm.
guess what? Miami is held by the balls right now because now you have all of these other premier jobs that are open. You really don't have a plethora of good coaches to choose from with this amount of open job openings right now.
Mm-hmm.
So you really, it's a bad time. And guess what? That means even if you wanted to get rid of Mario, even if you found the buyout money to do so, it may not be a good idea to do it because you're in competition with some premier jobs. You're in competition. You got 4 SEC schools looking for coaches. 4. And
Mm-hmm.
guess what? Anybody that wants to do well as a coach, they're going to the SEC before they come to the ACC. The ACC officiating is shit. And at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, guess what? Miami has been a perennial underachiever since the fucking that we got in the Fiesta Bowl. So
Mm-hmm.
moving forward, bro, I don't know how we're going to go and where we're going to go. I'm going to just follow your lead. But hey, I'm going to say it like, hey, fuck Mario Cristobal and fuck Cafecito too.
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to see his thing today, but I'm telling you, you took you started it off great, man. Let me just go this. I started it off on you talk, and I'm going to continue it. The fact that this motherfucker behind me makes $9.5 million
Yes.
is beyond me, guys. It
Yes.
is unbelievable. I'm going to start it off just like this, and I will wait for the slurpers and the defenders to actually prove me right or prove me wrong. I said to you yesterday when we were talking off camera, Larry, during that fiasco, because we wanted to be wrong, but we knew we weren't.
Yes.
And as the game played out, it played exactly how we've seen. We've seen this song and dance, like you said, for 22 damn years now.
Yes.
An abundance of coaches and not near the money or the support that has been thrown behind it. And we'll talk
Correct.
about the support because they're part of the problem too. If you switch the 2 head coaches yesterday, I would put my mortgage that Miami wins that game by 30 points. Just the head coaches.
Yes.
Everybody else stays the same. leave Dawson as the offensive coordinator. Not that Rhett Lashley would need that. He'd be his own play caller or have somebody up in the booth doing what needs to be his eyes and ears while he calls the plays. He'd have his competent defensive coordinator doing just enough to get it done. But that all being said, the fact that that was even a game, I mean, they were the Walking Dead, Larry Frank.
Yes.
The report said that half of their better players, it'd be different if that game had been mano-a-mano at the beginning of the year, because you really don't know what the other person has. The funny thing is that Mario had already a loss built-in excuse at the beginning of the game, and lo and behold, I don't know what ESPN got off on it to run it, but they did. He was worried that, well, De'Aaron King was once in this program. He was never under your jurisdiction, but you said he was. Rhett Lashley used to coach here. Again, he wasn't your offensive coordinator. If he had been, you probably would have actually done something that first year as you've been here. You wouldn't have lost to MTSU. And then Reginald Bain, who is Reuben Baines' brother, is taking a job with them. And you're worried about hand signals being stolen and everything of that nature. Furthermore, you've given more attention this week, and the lack of preparation and being unprepared for another opponent, inferior to you, may I add, to the fact that you were more worried and concerned with a Kane legend, a Hall of Famer in my book, who gave his right and left leg for this university, literally, because he didn't agree with how you were running things. And he said it with Nevin Shapiro, who, whatever he is, he's acknowledged what he is. And at the same time, Miami, you sure definitely needed him when you needed to get the Northwestern boys back in the day. They wouldn't have even come here if you didn't have him doing that.
True.
So, truth be told, Nevin just unfortunately got caught up in the wrong situation. I'm not defending anybody. But what I'm saying is that, Mario, you're the head coach of the University of Miami. This isn't the baby gap here, okay? This is a proud university. And before all the other podcasters went on and tried to spin it in their own way, what have we really accomplished? And Mario trying to protect the brand. Larry, what brand are we protecting here? You haven't won an actual title of any consequence since 2003, which was the last Big East title.
Yes.
The last title you technically competed for, you got dog walked and fucked all in the same night because the turnover chain had lost its magic and you were down to your third string running back and tight end at that point. And no receivers. Amon had gotten hurt. We didn't realize how seriously he had gotten hurt. And Clemson dog walked you. And then you follow that up with a performance in the Orange Bowl where Wisconsin fucked you at home, too. And that was the end of the Richt era, pretty much, because the poor man actually had Alzheimer's. And we saw some things before it actually came out. It was the Parkinson's, which is basically a form of that.
Yes.
But that being said, that is all this brand has done in years. We've been the laughingstock of college football. For whatever reason, we're still... Larry, I'll tell you this. You being a North Carolina fan, and you know how I really love college basketball, these court stormings that happen and everything like that when the big names go down. I can say for at least, I know you've been disappointed with the Tar Heels as of late, but they did get to a Final Four 3 years ago. They won a title 7 years ago. Yeah. They competed for another one that a heave-ho at the end almost prevented them from going back-to-back. And so I did prevent them from going back-to-back. Well, my point is they have been in the conversation.
Recently.
We are like, haven't won a national title or even played for one since 2002 in the desert, pretty much. January 3rd, 2003, whatever that was. My point I'm trying to make is, but for whatever reason, these other football schools or schools that want to be football teams again and support those programs find it that they have to rush the field on this. You're not playing Willis McGahee and Ken Dorsey. You're not playing Melvin Bratton or Lamar Thomas or any of those greats. No, what you're playing is guys that are just wearing U's on their helmet. As far as I'm concerned, they should just be white helmets. the way that the players have represented that brand over the last 20-something years. Now, there
Right.
have been some talented guys. Some guys have done way better, maybe even at other schools, maybe even in the NFL with proper coaching. But what I'm going to leave it at this before I turn it back over to you and get the chat box going.
Mm-hmm.
This motherfucker is Pinocchio because he lied to you. He lied to me. He lied to each and every one of you that says you are a Miami fan. And keep supporting him. Keep defending him. He's the Dave Wannstedt of the Miami Hurricanes. I've never seen somebody do less with more. The guy convinced all of us our situation. What have we been doing recruiting wise at the University of Miami? Well, hate to tell you this, Mario, few of those same recruits that you ran off kicked your ass, scored touchdowns, and threw the U down yesterday against you. Same thing happened in Louisville last year.
Yeah.
Again, happened again this year at your own home stadium. You also said that we needed a nutrition program. We needed a better strength and conditioning program. We needed a psychology program. You have failed in all three aspects. You have a mentally weak team that can't fight back and take a punch. This is from a boxer saying that. This is, you also have a team that can't still get a 3rd and 1 and a 4th and 1 behind your big, dominant offensive line. You are 3rd to last. And shout out to my guy, Kevin, for giving me this stat. 3rd to last behind North Carolina Central and Wake Forest in penalties. There's your discipline that you quoted. Tough guy. Soft as a baby's ass. Soft as a baby's ass. Doesn't matter if you can kick my ass. You got your ass whipped once again by another coach. And Larry, this is what I said to you and Devin in the summer. And everybody was like, oh, this guy's a hater. This guy's a hater.
Yeah.
Again, a staff paid more than what SMU makes. And they outcoached you. They were out-prepared. They out-prepared you. They kicked your ass on the field. And let me just tell you this. Look at the things below. I can talk about the refs too. They were atrocious. We'll get to them in a minute. But how about you don't even leave it in the refs' hands, what our great Jimmy Johnson has said for over 30-something years. And you didn't do it. And realistically, Chris Kane's going to steal my thunder, and I'm going to put his comment up there, is that I almost wish that we had actually fired Manny and let Rhett take over the way Manny or whoever got to do that when Rick resigned.
Yep.
And I think that we would be better off as a program now.
I put that up in the group. I put it up in the group because I remember I thought about it. I said, man, where would we have been if we would have fired Manny mid-season, Rhett takes over, proves himself, and the way that Miami goes, what's up, LNV? The way that Miami goes about hiring coaches, they don't do a proper coaching search. They don't vet coaching candidates. If anything, the Miami brass fucked up that because if you knew that you were going to get rid of Manny in his year 3 in 2021, fire him mid-season, promote Rhett, make him an interim, give him an opportunity to earn the job. And I promise you, if we had Rhett Lashley in 2021 take over at the end of the Manny era, coming in instead of hiring Mario, you have all of this money that you save on a contract. He probably would have got an extension by now. It wouldn't be nowhere near the money that you gave Mario, and you get better results because he's doing more with less. And I know what people are going to say. Well, Rhett Lashley can't recruit like Mario. Well, what the fuck good does it do to recruit all of these guys when you don't do shit with them? I've said over and over again, you're recruiting elite groups, elite talented players, but you're not doing shit with them. Mario is a snake oil salesman because what he does is those recruiting numbers are meant to get people hyped. Those recruiting numbers are meant to cover for the lack of coaching acumen and the lack of coaching expertise. Because if you can continue saying, I am constantly bringing in top 5 classes, top 3 classes, it's hard pressed for you to get rid of him. But guess what? If you take away the recruiting and just go off of what he's done on the field, he'd be out of here.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Kelly went to the SEC championship in year 1, lost it, but he still won the division and went. Had a 34-13 record from his hiring until his firing this week, better than Mario in a tougher conference. And what happened? They got his ass out the door.
Yes.
So if you take away recruiting from Mario, who is doing less than what Brian Kelly has done, remember, he was 12-13 in those first 2 years before Cam Ward gets over here.
Yep.
So the 10-2 last year and thus far the 6-2 this year, that's because, hey, you hit lightning in a bottle with better players. But where it matters most, you're not coaching him. You're not getting the best out of him. You're losing. For the second consecutive year, our season has gone down to shit. Gone down to fucking shit.
And
Mario.
And can I throw this out there, Larry? In a 2-year span, where you're not even dealing with Nick Saban anymore, where it's on the table for somebody to become the next dynasty, if you think about it. There's not been. This was your time to come back. This was the time to come back.
You no longer have to deal with Florida State in the ACC. You no longer have to deal with Dabo and Clemson in the ACC.
Yep.
This should be Miami's conference.
Yes.
And then whoever is second, oh well. Step up to the plate. We kick your ass in the ACC championship. It's on you to build a program and knock us off because we finally built one and Clemson is done. Mm-hmm. Last year, we couldn't even – Clemson shouldn't even been in the mix.
Nope.
But we let them in back door because we couldn't finish the job against Fran Brown and Syracuse.
Yep, correct. I mean, here's the other thing too, and everything you said, spot on, my brother, spot on. We're going to go even a step further. The fact that you have these individuals on your team, you recruited them. You also told us this lie. We needed to get our people in here, a culture. Larry, there was more fighting. I'm glad that Dawson stepped up and said something to him. Okay, yeah. Because here's the thing. Dawson is actually lost money by not taking whatever job he didn't get last year. That's he should have struck when the money was hot and not come back to this dumpster fire. And the truth is, because now nobody's going to want him as an OC and nobody is going to definitely want him as a head coach because this is going to fall on him. The other thing, too, is you convinced us fans that something needed to change with this culture, with this and that and everything. And it's the same shit all the time. Mentally weak players. And I'm asking this question for the chat box, too. Is it the coaches or is it the players? Everybody has their own opinion. And you know what I think it is? I think that they win as a team and they lose as a team. But here's where it goes to Mario more so than the players. You recruited these players. When you didn't get what you really wanted through the recruiting, you went through the portal. Yeah. Some of these guys have been more hits than misses, at least this last year. But I ask you this, Larry Frank. What the hell has James Brockmeyer done that warrants that he should still be your center out there? Is Rodriguez really that terrible? Oh, wait a minute. That's right. Antonio Tripp should be your starting center, but he wasn't good enough to be here. I guess your evaluation when he went to IMG from Maryland wasn't good enough. You look at this Markel Bell guy. You know, he's down the field. He's fucked up. But yet you keep him at left tackle. Why can't Pancake Honcho slide in there at the left? Wasn't he the third best O-lineman coming out of wherever behind Mawanoa and the big asshole from the catching touchdowns at Alabama that was Iowa at one time? Can't think of his name. It's not important.
Right.
My point is that you have no depth on that offensive line. McCoy is a liability at left guard. And as Cooper, who actually had been solid all year, decided yesterday, oh, let me fuck things up so my name can be called in the wrong way.
Yeah.
It's a shit show. And everybody told me, oh, offensive line's the least thing that I have to worry about. Really? Really? They weren't very good run blocking last year either, guys. Martinez made a lot of things happen because he was a dynamic player. Maybe came in a little heavy, took him a little bit to get his legs under him, but by the end of the year, that boy was fire. It sucks that he got ran down by Syracuse. I knew we weren't going to score when we got down there. But this is, you just, Larry, you could almost say, insert this player's name. And this is the same circus, same shit show for 20 something years now. But nothing has been worse than this motherfucker behind me, because I can't even give Al Golden or Shannon the opportunity to see what they would have done with 30 million at their disposal, and the fact that they could pick and choose players of who they wanted, or the fact that, you can hire whatever coordinator you would want. We had to go the cheap route because the powers that be back then didn't give a shit about football. They were wanting to build an academic brand.
Yeah.
The School of Medicine, great thing. Great thing. I'm not trying to knock it. But what I'm saying is, the fact that what puts you on the map was the fucking football and the bad boy image, man.
Yeah.
Okay? And yeah, you could clean it up. But the thing is that at the same time, everybody secretly liked Miami. Guys wanted that bandana underneath their helmet when they played high school football.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of stuff. And this guy can unleash. He can't get out of his own way. These boys are starving to be unleashed. You're going to punish a kid for having a little bit of weed? Oh my God.
And I want to say something about that.
Go ahead.
A lot of people are talking about and asking why JoJo got pulled yesterday, given he had 84 yards in the first quarter and was on his way to letting the world know who he was. I really believe, I told this to Devin, me and D talked after the show this morning, and I told him, because D said the same thing. He's like, Frank, I just don't understand what's going on. I said, think about it, D. JoJo he came in yesterday and he replaced CJ Daniels, who was out. Well, he had to, because he's behind CJ on the depth chart, obviously. Okay. Well, if JoJo comes in and has a mid-game, then guess what? It's not as hard for you to rationalize putting him back on the bench when CJ is ready. I'm assuming CJ will probably play next week. I don't know his injury or the extent of it. Can't be nothing serious because you didn't really hear nothing. I think he was a last-minute scratch yesterday. So that's how I figure it's nothing serious that kept him out. Well, JoJo comes in, balls out, gets that touchdown, and starts announcing himself to the world. So guess what happens? If JoJo continues to stay in that game and goes off like I think he would have, that would have exposed this coaching staff for being a bunch of dumbasses, because you had that kind of talent on the bench all season and you didn't want to put him in. That's part one of why you took him out. Part two of why you took him out was, yes, the ball was in his hands. He had it. It fell into the other guy was just in the right place at the right time. It was that was just bad luck. I'm not even putting that interception on Carson Beck, because he put the ball where it needed to be. JoJo should have brought it into the numbers.
And JoJo would have kept running. Keep going.
And he would have kept going. Yes. But the mishap happened. It results in a touchdown for them. So what happens? You bench him. That was your ace in the hole to bench him, because he made that mistake. But Stallion, I'm sorry. I have to say this.
Say it.
And I'm not using it as an excuse. I'm just being honest. Maybe if JoJo gets reps and he plays more, he catches the ball.
Imagine that! Imagine that!
I mean, it's not hard to figure out. Let's go to the fourth down attempt.
And you don't even have to get a $9 million check. Keep talking.
Let's go to the fourth down attempt that got loused up. Let's talk about it. Your boy, Mr. Ballman, got beat. Got beat. But guess what? All year, you're using Elijah Lofton as your sixth blocker. But on a crucial fourth down conversion attempt, you go with a guy that hasn't been blocking all season? Are you serious? And you wonder why he got beat? That's coaching. That's coaching. And to go back to James Brockenmeyer, who got all of this hype, let me tell you something. This dude is getting his shit pushed in more than Tyler Perry in a fucking trailer on a damn movie in the dark.
Mm-hmm.
At the bottom line, this dude is getting dominated. He's getting dominated, and he ain't what people think he is.
Mm-hmm.
And when it's all said and done, I got news for you, Miami fans. I'm with you. I'm suffering, but think about this. The end is near because next year, you're replacing pretty much 4 offensive linemen.
Mm-hmm.
Maui Noah's going pro.
Mm-hmm.
Brockenmeyer, I think he's a senior, so
He's out. Yeah,
he
he's
gets
done.
lucky and go pro, or he's graduating. Either way, he's gone. Okay.
I'll make sure he's gone. Keep going.
Cooper is gone.
Mm-hmm.
Bell is gone. Heck, I want to say, who am I forgetting?
McCoy's done too.
McCoy, he's going to be gone.
Yep.
So you're going to have a brand new offensive line.
All complete. Yep.
You're going to have a brand new quarterback. JoJo's out of here. Carr's out of here.
Fletcher's probably gone too. He'll go as a late round pick at this point.
Well, here's the thing about that. Fletcher will be gone, and here's another thing, and I can't divulge who told me this, but some information was given to me yesterday. Think about how Marty Brown comes in and starts running the ball so well, but they kept panning the camera on Fletcher. Fletcher is aligned with Rosenhaus right now.
Mm-hmm.
So guess what? Why do you think there's so much of a damn commitment to want to have Fletcher in there?
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to get him ready to get drafted.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, guess what? You're putting these situations over your best players.
Yep.
Why did Carson Beck throw that interception in overtime yesterday? He was locked in on Malachi Tony. Why is he locked in on Malachi Tony?
Mm-hmm.
Think about it. You have TVD to Restrepo all over again. TVD was locked into Restrepo.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, when it's all said and done, this team has hit its ceiling, and now the drop-off is beginning. It's going to be ugly, folks. It's going to be ugly.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way they can come back from this. And I'm hearing people talking about CJ Bailey may be an option as a transfer quarterback. I am so fucking tired of a new quarterback every fucking year out of the portal. Everybody's not doing it. You go get you a quarterback. When we got Cam Ward last year, it was because TVD had to get out of here and we didn't have any experience. It had to be done. And he was the best guy available. So I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But
absolutely,
you did not develop what you had on the roster. Now, Cam Ward leaves. So you had to go get another one this year. All right, cool. You go get another one this year. But come on, dude. At this point, you got all these guys coming in. What's all the hype about Darion Coleman coming in? What good is it going to do for Darion Coleman to come here?
Yep.
You're not going to play him?
Yep.
Luke Nichols sitting up here like, hello, I'm on the roster. Can I get in here some garbage time? You don't have to burn my 4 games and burn my red shirt. It's like this staff just doesn't get it. And you rolling with Carson Beck. And at this point, let me tell you something. If we drop a 3rd game, you might as well sit Carson Beck for the rest of the season. Reason being, you're not going to the playoffs. You're not going to the ACC championship. It's time to start grooming the next quarterback, getting some quality reps to some of these younger guys because the spring's going to come in and you know what's going to happen, Stallion. Somebody's going to look good in spring practice and they're going to start blowing smoke up our ass, trying to make everybody think, oh, the next big thing is here. The spring game, somebody's going to look good, and then they're going to start hyping shit up.
Exactly.
That's what they do.
I've got Chris Kane in the background, back studio, about to join us. I'm going to bring him on. Before I go on, anybody in the chat box, obviously that link is there as well for you to join too. I'm going to give Chris, I'm going to give him 10 minutes tonight. Okay. Yeah. But here's the deal. These were some questions that I wanted to pose. Chris can answer them. You can answer them, Larry. The chat box can answer them because I think that everybody who loves and breathes this program should be asking this because we've been asking this for 20 years now. Why do stud freshmen have sophomore slumps? Why is it so difficult for this team to get up for lesser opponents, even the ones that have clowned them in the past? Why can't we outcoach anyone? Why does weather, location, refs, and game time matter? I remember back in the day we kicked everybody's ass no matter where and when.
No matter what, home or away.
Why no trust in your players that you recruited and evaluated? Why are you not utilizing your full roster of 85 guys? I hear they're not even hitting in practice because they're afraid people will get hurt. Why would any big-time quarterback Larry, you took the Thunder. Come here and sit on the bench. Why do we not play freshmen over trash transfers? Brock Schott, 6'8" monster tight end that looked great in the USF game. He didn't forget to play football. I'd take him over Alex Bauman any day. Anybody forget about Moore's performance against USF? That wasn't a bad team they did that against, guys. And again, they're like trying to tell us, oh, well, these guys just aren't ready for the big time against ACC. Bullshit. Bullshit. Chris Kane, come on to the show, buddy. Welcome to the Stallion Speak show, brother. You have got the floor right now, sir. Go ahead.
How you guys doing this evening?
What's up, bro?
What's up, bro?
Well,
Tough Sunday.
Tell me about it. I woke up out my sleep, pissed off this morning, being on Utah. I get to work, still pissed off. But this is more about, not about the record. Fuck the record. I don't give a shit about the record. This is about the preparation. We could be 8-0 right now and still have fucked up preparation. Okay? It's not about the record. It's about your coaches. It's about your OC, your DC, your line coaches, everything. Let me explain something to you. Mario makes almost $10 million a year, but he has put out he hasn't even put out $10 worth of quality.
Right.
I want y'all to understand what I'm saying, because I'm really, really pissed off right now. Okay? There is no reason under the fucking sun why SMU, and I don't give a shit what players came from Miami, they should not be able to hang with us, let alone beat us. Every place in Stallion, I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm gonna give you your due, brother. Whether coaching, development, none of that shit played in the old days. We need to get back to that. We can't hit like the old days, but that has nothing to do with the fundamentals of what we used to, what this is, of what brand this is. Okay? That has nothing to do with it.
Facts.
Okay? You cannot leave games up to the fucking refs. I done told you bitches this shit the last time. Stop leaving it up to the refs and throwing your hands up. Doing that crap. Handle your business. Handle your business. So you mean to tell me JoJo Trader, he goes and gets a touchdown, and yeah, Beck gives him the ball, and he fumbled and it bobbled out of his hands. So then you bench him. Then who do you put in? Then what do you do? Then it's Malachi Tony all over again. You don't use Elijah Lofton the way you're supposed to. And then you got Malachi Tony trying to block when you trying to want a wide receiver screen. You should get punched in your fucking mouth for that.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Mario, you do not know what the fuck you are doing. The only reason why you are at Miami is because it is politics.
That's right.
And you wore a U on your helmet. That is it. You didn't even get drafted in the NFL. They felt sorry and gave you a grad assistant job. Let's just be real.
Mm-hmm.
And every fucking place that you have went, you have seen successful coaches up under the Saban tree, starting with Saban himself, Kirby Smart, Lane Kiffin, who led Ole Miss to how many consecutive 10-win seasons that they never had until he got there?
2.
And they're about to make the playoff. Keep going.
Yep.
Right. Sarkisian, who came to the SEC in the first fucking year and went to the SEC championship. Lost it, but he was there.
Yep.
He was there.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Who else was it? I know, and you know what the funny thing is? Those were wasn't it what's his face? Jimbo Fisher under Saban too?
Yeah. At LSU.
Back at LSU, but yeah, but still, yep. Mm-hmm.
Him, Will Muschamp,
Will
all of them.
Muschamp. Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
oh.
Billy Napier was there technically on that staff. I know he just got
Mhm.
fired, but Florida looked really good against Georgia. Should have won that game yesterday. They let one off the
Right,
hook there.
right, right. But why is it that every time we get a chance, we have all of these great recruits?
Mm.
Nothing wrong with them. This team don't look like nothing against Notre Dame, Florida, USF, Stanford. None of that.
None of that.
What changed? My problem is to you, Stallion and Larry Frank. Here's a question that I would love for somebody to answer for me.
I'll do my best.
Why do we get away from the shit that works for us to put in bullshit and continuously run bullshit that does not work for us?
I'll be more than happy to answer that, and I'm going to try my best. And I'm going to answer it with a question and try to make sense of it. He recruited these players. He supposedly evaluated these players. But what I don't understand, Chris and Larry and everybody that's watching this live or recorded that bleeds orange and green and is sick of this shit, is why on 3rd and 1 behind that big badass offensive line do you have Jordan Lyle running it and not a Marty Brown or one of your 225-pound back Fletcher? If he's hurt, whatever. But here's my other question. On 4th and 1, you do the exact same shit. Why don't you do a rollout with a naked bootleg, somebody, some wrinkle that you've thrown in there? Why have you gone away from that 3-down extra lineman that you did against Florida that worked? Why have you not done that anymore? And if that makes the other team, they're going to definitely run it with 9 in the box, one of those guys, because they're all eligible to catch the ball, naked down the field, a little boop over the top, they're walking into the fucking end zone. It's not even about the first down. You just got a touchdown on their ass, and congratulations, you outcoached somebody.
Yeah.
They're not
Plus,
smart enough. They're not smart enough. Go ahead.
they're not. But Stallion, why can you figure that out? And you don't make 9.5 million.
That's
Larry
what I'm
Frank,
trying to say.
why can you figure this shit out and you don't make 9.5 million? I can figure this shit out. The chat can figure it out. Anybody that is a fan that's not sitting on that sideline can figure it out. And we don't make 9.5 million.
You want to know? You want to know? Not to cut you off. You want to know how simplified this fucking offense is? I was on the phone with Joseph Bernard yesterday. When Lofton came into the game, I told him, because that's when they were kind of rotating Lofton in on some plays and Bauman was playing. They were rotating tight ends. I'm on the phone with JB. I said, Joseph, watch this shit. Lofton is in the game. They're going to run that bullshit off the A-gap. Like fucking clockwork, they did it. Now, Bauman comes in. I told him, watch this shit. They're going to start throwing the ball. They're going to start running some fancy shit. The shit is too predictable. I'm sitting in my fucking couch in my living room watching this shit. You think coaches that's getting paid, that's doing this professionally, can't figure this shit out?
Yep.
I put it to you like this. I put it to a chat yesterday. And I said one word, pathetic. Someone that was a Miami Hurricane fan said, join FSU, please.
They're part of the
My-
problem. They're part of the
my-
problem.
My whole thing is this. If you can't see past your own bullshit, then what the fuck are you doing? Let me put it to you like this. You can take shit and add sugar to it. And you could tell somebody that it's chocolate pudding and it's still gonna taste like shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You're gonna believe whatever somebody else is telling you.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at this game. We're looking at this season. And I'm sitting here and I'm just like, I don't wear Miami on my sleeves. I can't do it because the shit is too predictable. And I said this before and I'm going to say it again. Until Mario Cristobal gets his ass out of Miami, Miami ain't going to win shit.
They're not.
Because he don't have the balls to make the right play. You call a fucking timeout when these motherfuckers is over there trying to scramble to get a play in and you help them out?
And they were gassed.
Mm-hmm.
They were
Right.
tired.
And then And then not only do you do that, your pussy ass sits up there. You got 25 seconds left on the clock after they
And the
scored
timeout.
and a timeout. Hey,
Preach.
you don't take
Preach.
a
You don't even
shot.
take a chance.
Preach.
You don't even take a shot down
I
there.
mean,
You ain't gotta go vertical. You ain't gotta go vertical.
You ain't
All
got
you
to.
have to do is just get in field goal range,
That's
motherfucker.
it. That's all you got to
yeah,
do.
kick
That's
your
all you
precious
gotta
field goal
do.
that you used to
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Kick your fucking precious field goal.
Bottom
So,
line
yep.
is you're riding Tony's dick the other 3/4, 4/4 of the game. So when you need him for the last 25 seconds, you're not even doing it.
Chris, stay on. Chris, stay on. I'm going to bring on my next person that want to be on. You know, you bring in some good points. I want you to stay on. I want you to stay on. I want to give Rocky a chance to chime in. It's been a long time coming. Glad to have him on here. He knows a lot of stuff too, and I'm wanting another perspective. Maybe he can give an answer to a couple of the questions you brought on. So without further ado, Rocky, welcome to Stallion Speaks, brother. Long time no. Finally got to meet you here face to face, and
Right.
give it to us, brother. Give it to us.
Stallion, what's going on? Thanks for letting me on tonight and coming
Yes,
in
sir.
here.
Thanks for the support and love.
LFJ, what's up? I said this in the chat. I made the comment in the chat. I watched 4 games today. I went back and rewatched the Notre Dame game. I spent all day doing this since this morning. I rewatched the Notre Dame game. I rewatched the Florida game. I rewatched the Louisville game. And I rewatched the SMU game. The approach, the intensity, the will in the former 2 games versus the latter, night and day doesn't even come close to describing it.
It's like Jupiter and Pluto. Keep
It's,
going.
it's Bruce and Caitlin. That's what the fuck it is.
It is.
And I'm trying in my brain to figure out football wise, logically, what is going on. And this is the best that I can come up with. 1, later in the year, there's film on our team, and they don't change. 2, the angst that comes with success at the beginning of the year, when you get to those latter games and expectations rise, is ratcheted up so high with Mario because he's an alum and he's all about the U and he wants to get us back to prominence, et cetera, et cetera. These kids in the last 2 games I watched are playing so tight. And it always seems to come after these bye weeks.
Oh, the dreaded bye.
I don't know what. I can't explain. It's inexplicable. I can't explain it. Other than that, you look at SMU and you look at Louisville. Offensively, 2 pretty good coaches, by the way, scheme wise.
Without a doubt.
Offensively, a similar scheme. Like I said on y'all show the other day, LFJ, a similar scheme. Get the ball out quick to your players. Don't hold the ball because the defensive line can overwhelm you. Okay. I wish somebody would do a breakdown on this. Maybe Stallion, LFJ, one of you guys can do this. Penalties, right? We're 132nd in the nation in penalties.
Yep.
But I would like to see a breakdown from non-conference games to conference games on those penalties. I'd be willing to bet that 95% of the penalties, or at least a high percentage, happens in the ACC play. Because just from the 2 games I watched, Florida and Notre Dame, we were fine. Nothing. Then we start to get to Louisville, SMU, Stanford even, and there's flags all over the place.
I'll say this, Rock, not to cut you
I
off.
can't, LFJ, I cannot figure this out. I can't.
I'll say this real quick. No, I'll let you go back to making your point. I can't tell you exact, but I saw a podcast. I can't remember who it was because I saw so many of them. But they were detailing the decline in just the efficiency with the offensive line in Mario's 4 years. And in every year, the penalties just went up more and more and more. the penalties now to this point are on pace to be the most since he got here. And every year 1 is bad. That 5 and 7 year, they weren't as bad. Year 2, they went up a little bit more. Year 3, they went up a little bit more. And right now, yesterday gave it a real boost. So if this trend don't change, and this shit has continued from Oregon.
Yeah, I know that.
Yep. Rocky, you made a point this morning that I think that I wanted to bring up as well. And Chris is right. You never leave it up to the refs. Ellen said it as well in the chat. Everybody else is that, these refs aren't going to help us. But I'm going to tell you this, Rocky, I've gone about this all wrong, by the way, because here I've thought that the ACC really valued Miami being in there and wanting us to be that football power. That's what we were supposed to bring back in 2004, history lesson with Virginia Tech. Even though we actually had the titles, they had a glass case that's still not been filled years later. But the point of the matter is that's what we were brought to bring into it. We weren't known for basketball. We were known for football and baseball. That's what we were going to bring to the conference. Baseball team has made some College World Series, but hasn't delivered a complete championship to the conference. That's irrelevant to this conversation. But the point that I'm trying to make is you have sucked for so many years, but now that you finally are ready to bring the football brand to the ACC, the referees are just calling everything they can against you. And you would have made it think that it was us and not Florida State that was wanting to leave this trash conference. I can see Clemson getting what they're getting. And you know what? I hate Dabo Swinney, but props to him for taking that $10,000 fine and calling them motherfuckers out.
Yeah, he did. And you're right.
He should have.
Mm-hmm. And the ACC officiating, as far as I'm concerned, they can go fuck themselves.
They can go fuck themselves.
Right up the ass.
They don't want to be a winning conference, man. They don't want to be. Let me tell you something. Larry, I know you're a Carolina fan. Let them have fucking basketball with Duke and Carolina. Honestly, that's all they care about. They don't give a fuck about football. They don't.
Well, not since Clemson fell off. Because they're darling Clemson.
Or Florida State. Because they were sucking them off when Jimbo and Jameis were there. That's a fact.
Let's just be honest about this. When Clemson was competing for national championships, the ACC was getting love from the football side of things. Mm-hmm. Florida State, they was getting love.
Yep.
Dare I not say they probably realized Miami will never be a threat. Therefore, you know what? Guess what, Miami? Fuck you. It's not like you're going to do anything.
And Clemson was one of the originals, too. Even though they were technically an SEC school, they've been one of the main 8. And then Florida State joined in the early 90s to make it 9 back in the day.
It is.
But yes.
There it is.
You're right.
So I'm thinking they must realize, and I mean, until Miami gets serious and really becomes a power, Miami's not a threat. Even if you get into the playoffs, guess what? You're going to get skull-fucked if you get in there anyway. I mean, it doesn't happen now, but if you would have got in, you're going to get skull-fucked in the first round.
Georgia Tech, too. They suck, too.
Miami could hang with fucking Indiana. And what pisses me off, I got people saying, well, what does Kirk Cignetti do? I got this guy in the group right here, and in the group he said, I'm trying to see what Lane Kiffin has done. Dude.
I'll tell you what Kirk Cignetti does. He wins 45-7.
Yes.
And you don't worry about anybody being mad at him because he's scoring too damn much.
Yes. Let me tell you something. Kurt Cignetti will fuck their girlfriend and smile and make you watch while he does.
Right.
That's the way that guy is, man. Honestly,
and bring his buddies with him.
He will. And Rocky, let me ask you this. So you watch those games, and we all agree night and day. You know what was really telling yesterday? There's not one guy on our team having fun. There is not one, and football should be fun. Indiana, they're having a great time kicking ass, man. This is a neutered bunch of kids that can't be unleashed. They're more afraid to mess up. Certain ones, there's no accountability and no punishments. I mean, if Markel Bell can't keep his ass straight, pull his ass out, damn it. Where's that vaunted great depth that you're supposed to have? You and your little, with the plane, Larry, that we made fun of, old Fantasy Island or whatever, tattoo over there. Where's your damn depth
You guys don't know this. Look, I watch a lot of football. Like when football Saturdays, I got 3 screens going. I'm flipping between channels, and I watch a lot of football, okay?
Yep.
I'm a fan. I see teams all the time. When somebody makes a mistake, your ass is on the bench.
Yes.
All right. You get your asses out of there. I've seen Dabo Swinney do it. I've seen Mike Norvell do it. Mm-hmm. I mean, and Mario just doesn't. And You know,
Guys, look at Vanderbilt yesterday. Look at Vanderbilt. They started off like shit, but man, those guys fought till the damn end, man. And they got fucked by the SEC. I told everybody on Rebels with a Cause, Texas will win that game because the refs will not let Vanderbilt leave Austin. And that was before I didn't think that poor Vanderbilt didn't know how to tackle in that first half. Arch didn't throw shit over 20 yards, man. He didn't. And they still gave Texas a damn win, man. Honestly,
I have a very unpopular opinion that I've spoken about before. I look at some of these teams like Indiana, Vanderbilt, some of these lower budget NIL teams that are having success and saying, you know, why can't we do that with our high budget NIL? And I think that plays a factor into it. I think that plays a factor in why Sarkisian wants out to the NFL. It's unpopular, but I just think that there's something to that. As far as our team being unhappy, Stallion, I mean, yeah, again, the screws are tightened so much in this part of the year because Mario wants it so damn bad. And part of that is you get some of that whenever you have an alumni as a head coach, right? Mm-hmm. Because he does, look, despite popular opinion, he does care about the youth. All right. We can get that. We can get that straight, right? Mm-hmm. He does care about Miami. Mm-hmm. He bleeds green and orange. He's a great recruiter. He's a great organizational builder. But when it gets to game day, it's like this, you know, and everybody's so tight and so, you know, and so like this, like nobody wants to make a mistake. They coach scared, you know, maybe the reason they don't pull those players is because they believe that that's their best ones. I don't know. I mean, I've always said that Mario has favorites and Mario, plays seniority. That's just what he does. Yep. He's not going to play a JoJo or a Josh Moore or a Dalen Upshaw big time snaps. I mean, he's just not going to do it. That's not how he's built. That's not his DNA. So, man, I don't know. I just know this, man. We got 2 losses we shouldn't have.
Correct.
To some teams we shouldn't have lost to.
Correct.
For the reasons for why, because we're too stubborn to change or to adapt. Even Nick Saban had to adapt. I mean, he did it, and we're just stuck with it.
Here's the thing that I don't think a lot of people understand from the coaching perspective. 3 of your last 5 coaches have been Miami alum. And I'm sorry. I mean, I get it. It's good to want to get a guy in here that knows the program and knows the culture. But if you look across the landscape of college football, how many coaches have won at their alma maters? The only 2 I can think of off the top of my head right quick is Harbaugh with Michigan and Kirby at Georgia.
And how long did it take Harbaugh?
All 10 years. All 10 years. All 10
years. So I say that to say this. I can start naming every other coach in the modern era. Saban was a Kent State guy. Cut his teeth at Michigan State, his first big job. But where did he win his first one? LSU, and then later on at Alabama.
Yep.
Urban Meyer, Bowling Green. Now, obviously, they're never going to contend for a national championship, but he won his at Ohio State and Florida.
Even had Utah doing well back then.
Utah was in there.
Yep.
Les Miles, an Oklahoma State grad. But guess what? No, I'm sorry. Michigan, right? He's a Michigan guy, right?
Michigan,
he cut his teeth at Oklahoma State. I'm sorry.
Yep. But then went to LSU.
LSU.
Yep.
You know, Coach O. Coach O was Northwestern State. I guess you could say Coach O kind of flirted with it because he was a Northwestern. He was a Louisiana guy.
He's a state guy.
My alma mater, by the way, Jay. But continue.
Yep. Oh, nothing wrong with that. But I say all that to say this. To win a national championship, the numbers, the law of percentages are not there for these alumni to do it. You're going to have to go outside of the box and go outside of the house to find the next successful coach. The coach that's going to bring Miami back is not a Miami alumni. Now, how do you make that work? Go get an outsider that knows football, but that's going to be open to letting the alumni be near the program.
It's going to be like a Jimmy. It's got to be like a Jimmy Johnson.
Exactly.
It's got to be somebody like that is doing pretty good, and then he comes and he can run the show, and the success that worked there that the athletes will be able to run whatever he wants to run way better. And
Look
so
at the history.
forth. Honestly, the history.
Howard
Yes.
Schnellenberger started it. Jimmy cultivated it. Dennis Erickson took it over from there. Butch would have took it over if he wouldn't have left to go to Cleveland.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
Yeah, you would
Those
have.
guys were all outsiders.
You know, I also want to say something. I think I've been wrong with something that I've said, guys, in the past. I've always said that Miami's a day late and $1 short. You know what I actually need to correct and say that? I think that we're about 20 years and 30 million too late, honestly. And the reason I say that is because the way we've approached each candidate that we've hired and what the vision was. Back when Coker messed everything up, and truth be told, the 05 team, and I'm going to do just a quick on this, the 05 team had no business losing to Florida State that first game of the year. But they somehow were still kind of in the mix. We were hoping that maybe Texas or USC would falter, and maybe we could sneak into that Rose Bowl. And Kyle Wright, whatever. And we let Georgia Tech do that to us, and the wheels fell off. The LSU blowout, don't need to see anything more about that team. But rather than Coker take the blame for that, he made a decision that impacted this university for years to come to save his own ass. To get rid of Don Soldinger and those connections was deplorable.
Yeah.
The same thing with a Curtis Johnson, with his connection to Louisiana and New Orleans and the receivers that he brought in. Okay. Yep. Vernon Hargraves, you didn't even get his son, who would have been a legacy here. I don't need to even mention that. I mean, those three, I can understand why they got rid of the racist offensive coordinator guy that was the quarterback coach. He was a dumb redneck. But the other three, those were Miami legacies that you dismissed. And that was unbelievable that you did that. And now Mario, focusing more on Willis McGahee. I mean, Mario, you are, and to even air that out publicly, that's a behind the scenes conversation. Work that out. That shouldn't even be a blip on your radar. You should be wanting to beat the certain team that you built in there and said, oh, they have all our hand signals. This is going to be, I mean, that's bullshit. Your Joes are better than their Jimmies. Kick their ass. Yeah. Honestly. That's what you should do. And what happened to this program that, they don't leave the state of Florida? Man, I remember, Larry, you can ask Mel the next time you see him or whatever. They relished the fact to go into somebody else's house and kick their ass and send their fans home by halftime.
Oh, he tells us that all the time.
And we got people, nerds, rushing the field on us. Go ahead, guys.
He tells that all the time. He tells that all the time. But the irony of what you said about, the concentration on Willis McGahee and this and that, I mean, the irony of that whole situation, yesterday's game, you just solidified what Nevin's been saying on his podcast. Like, listen, I love Nevin. Y'all know this. We've had Nevin on You Talk. Look, I don't agree with what he did, what he did time for. And I'll credit Nevin with this. He owned up that what he did was wrong. He said it. He said it on You Talk that he was wrong. But his intentions and what he did with the money and everything that he did in putting into the program, which is legal now, you got to give him a pass as far as loving Miami and wanting to see Miami succeed. Now, I'll give him credit for that. But you're mad at Nevin Shapiro because he's telling the truth? Hello? I mean, you solidified what he said. And now you want to ban Willis for it? That's the thing right there with Donna Shalala.
Oh, yeah.
That's the 20 years
ago. Ever happened to Miami football ever in our history since we've been playing football.
The Orange Bowl should have never been torn down, and ever since it's been torn down, Miami's been cursed. And I got news for you. Until they get another on-campus stadium, Miami will forever be cursed.
Hey, guys, not to talk politics because I never want to bring this up. Can I tell you all something that's actually a factual story, by the way?
Sure.
Do you know that if the 2000 election would have gone Gore's way, Donna Shalala never becomes president of the University of Miami because she would have kept the same position that she had under Clinton's staff with Gore, because Gore would have continued the same policies and everything like that. I don't like to talk politics,
thank you, Florida.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that isn't that ironic how the whole history, there's an alternative universe where we got an awesome president at the University of Miami and they gave Butch Davis the money and we were the Alabama. There's another alternative universe that I believe that, and unfortunately we don't get to watch those games.
Well,
That's what happened in that but just to make everybody laugh. But it's the truth.
I've said it a million times, and I'm pretty sure you guys will agree with me. If Butch Davis stays at Miami, first of all, I've said it a million times. I'm going to continue to say
Miami.
The 2000 team should have won the national championship. They got fucked by the computers. 2001 won it, and 2002 got fucked by Terry Porter. That's 3 straight national championships. Now imagine if Butch Davis stays and we don't get fucked out those other 2 national championships. Butch Davis, as I said before, I'm going to say it again. Butch Davis is Nick Saban before Nick Saban becomes Nick Saban. As a matter of fact, there will be no Nick Saban because Butch Davis will get all of that talent, keep all of that talent home.
Chips would be stacked. I mean, you're looking at 03, you're looking at 04, you're looking at 05. And what you saw,
never rises to prominence in the BCS era if Butch Davis never leaves.
Correct.
It's not happening.
And it would make the 80s look bad.
And to this day, Butch still says that's the worst mistake he's ever made in his professional career.
Oh,
leaving the University of Miami.
But I can't blame him for leaving because look what the shit he had to put up with. I mean, 33 scholarships total after they did that to us, and yet the guy still found a way to win 6 or 7 games with less talent. I mean, and he had to be smart about things like get a guy here for track like a Santana Moss. I mean, that right there just shows being ahead of the game. And we've been playing reactive for these 20-something years, guys, and not proactive. That's why I've said we're so many years behind the 8 ball.
And now, LFJ, bringing it back to the present. I mean, you hit the nail on the head. You're right. It's political. What do we got? We got Echeverria in there at president.
Oh,
we got the Moss brothers running the show.
Who care more about hockey, but keep going. So
I mean, how much pressure, LFJ, do you really think is on Mario for doing what he's doing? None. I mean, not for the foreseeable future.
I think Radakovic is terrible too. Keep going, Larry.
The standards have been lowered. In other words, the standards of Miami is no longer championship. The standards of Miami is 8-9 wins in a bowl game, and if you win your bowl game, you're pretty much going to be accepted. Now, guess what? By the current Miami standards, Mario is surpassing that. He did it last year with 10 wins. You got to the
bowl. 10-2. We got
with a generational quarterback.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. Those standards have trickled down to pretty much 75% of the fan base.
Yep.
Because now the older fans like us who demand more, we're starting to fizzle out a little bit. We're starting to fizzle out because you got these Gen Z motherfuckers who think that 10 wins is acceptable.
That ain't shit.
That ain't shit. You got the younger millennials, the older millennials like you guys. You're along with me with Gen X.
Give me rings, Larry.
Yes, sir.
I want rings.
This is what I do right here, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Chris Kane says, "How did you let Alonzo Highsmith go?" Easy.
Oh, that right there.
Mario.
Oh my God, that right there. You had him for pennies, and that's a GM. That's a GM, guys.
And that's why I say it's. That's why I reiterate. That's why I say it's political. And by the way, Stallion D-Rad's a puppet.
Oh, he's terrible.
He's a puppet.
I
don't look. You got the Moss brothers. You got Ruiz still hanging around.
Oh,
and there's a few more in there probably.
Hey guys, and how's Life Wallet doing? Remember that stupid shit, Life Wallet? I mean, can you imagine? Oh my God. Go have another steak at the damn Mark Light Stadium, you bastard.
When that whole thing came out about, I'm building a brand and an app, I'm like, oh man.
My God.
I mean, those things are a dime a dozen.
They're horrendous. They're horrendous.
Or whatever it was. But,
yeah.
But
and then that Columbus Mafia. Rocky, let me ask you something, bud. And I hate to cut you off real quick, but I want to ask you something because you know your shit too. I have a question for you. Why do you think that this Cuban Mafia, whatever they are, this brand thing that we've been calling them, why would they not give this same type of money to somebody else? Is it because Mario's their puppet too, and they can control him, or what at this point? Because they're not getting a return in their investment, I don't think.
I don't think it has anything to do with the money. I think it's a trust factor. They just trust Mario with their money. I think that's it. That's about the only answer I can probably come up with. Is the trust is built in between that circle.
And look at this face behind me. That
and,
look at
and look, we all know what's going to happen. It was mentioned on a message board yesterday, and I agreed with it. I mean, Dawson's going to be the fall guy, but like I've said a million times, Dawson and Mario have the same brain. It doesn't matter if Shannon Dawson gets fired tomorrow, because guess what? There's going to be an interview process, and somebody with the same mindset as what Mario wants on offense is going to be brought in. And until that changes, that's bad. I mean, until that changes.
And you want to know who I feel sorry for? I feel sorry for Corey Heatherman. I feel sorry for Corey Heatherman, because go listen to Shannon Dawson's press conference and listen to Corey Heatherman. Listen to how they break down things. Dawson is bullshitting on a lot of stuff. Heatherman is breaking down football when he talks. He knows the game. He's a young, good defensive mind that knows the game.
Offense is a brain trust. Dawson, Cristobal, Mirabal. It's not all Dawson. And I read the stuff about Houston. Houston had a problem with him. Dana Holgerson took away his play calling when he was at West Virginia, I believe it was, the play calling duties. But again, I'm going to say this again. Those things are why Dawson's here, because it's really Mario's home. Nobody is going to make me believe otherwise that Mario has his hands all over it. And he had his hands on it last year. The difference was Cam Ward said, "Fuck you, we running this."
Exactly.
And Carson Beck, you heard what he said. I just run the play that they send in. He said that yesterday.
He basically dimed them out and told you what's going on. He confirmed what we already know.
I'm going to tell you this, man. I showed you those two pictures of Beck, and I can't even blame him for the loss yesterday, okay? Because here's the truth of it. You saw tears in his eyes. He's embarrassed by this. I mean, this was supposed to be his redemption story. He may have fucked up in the Louisville game, fine. But again, the truth of the matter is the play calling has failed him at times, and I think that he's not really allowed to be the wild man that he's needed to be that type of thing. I mean, he's being held back. I am just over the fact that these guys are the wrong personnel is being used on certain packages, and there's not trust there. And again, this falls back on Mario, because you wanted this team. This was the team you wanted to go to battle with, and now you're not going to battle with all 85. That's what I have a problem with.
The microcosm of Miami's offense this year can be looked at in the SMU game on that 4th and 1 with Marty Brown. Go look at that play and go count the box.
Yes.
On the defensive side. Count how many players are in the box.
Yes.
All of them are up at the line. All of them. Like at least 10. Maybe there's one safety a little far back, and we run it right up the gut anyway. 5 can't block 10.
Yep.
It's a numbers game. I mean, I don't know how stupid
anybody wants to come on and chime in, please do so. Honestly, yeah, Rocky, this is great stuff, man. Honestly, I mean, yeah.
And if you really want to feature by the way, which is the problem of our team right now, but your vaunted offensive line, which is giving up a penalty every damn play by each one of them, then you got to do something different. You can't rely on that. I said this on another show. The reason why they're running the offense the way they want to run the offense is because he wants to try to feature the offensive line. Now I will give Dawson some credit at the beginning of the SMU game yesterday. All right. At the beginning of the SMU game, it was almost like a smart-ass type of way when he changed it around. But at the beginning, Dawson kind of showed us some new things. He was actually running off tackle a few times. But then if you notice, as the game went on, they started slowly reverting back. And a lot of times they were taking – I was joking about this. A lot of times they were taking a lot of time to get the plays in. If you notice during the game, the play clock's running low every time. And I was joking with somebody on another chat. I was like, the reason why it's running so low is because Dawson and Cristobal are on the sidelines arguing about, no, run this play, run that play, run this play.
Yep.
And I was joking about it. But
and what about Beck? Beck went absolutely apeshit. Oh, my God. He threw his hand, and he's like, what are you guys doing to me?
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, and like I said, Dawson Dawson, and I know we were just on the other podcast a little while ago. I mean, I didn't give a fuck. I mean, they thought I was clowning. I'm serious, man. Dawson should have clocked Mario's ass on the sideline because at the end of the day, I don't blame him. I do not blame him because you know what? You're not going to make me the fall guy. I think Dawson realizes that now with this second loss, he's getting fired anyway. So now, listen, that Louisiana then came out of Dawson. He don't give a fuck.
Oh, yeah. You damn
Well,
right.
and that's the other
That
thing,
Cajun
too.
came out his ass.
Guys, and that's the thing. He's got to, because how do you interview with somebody and take this man seriously to be your next head coach or your next offensive coordinator when you have all that talent? Like he would have to almost start over as basically a quarterback's coach or something like that. I mean, that's like what has been happening right here. Maybe I'm a little over the top with that statement, but it's like, you cannot actually tell me that this would get you hired somewhere when you see a quarterback that, yes, he came from a major injury, but Larry, you pointed it out. Look where we're at passing yards wise from Ward to Beck against, and the schedule is not that much more difficult, honestly, if you look at it. I mean, no.
Well,
That was the worst pass
said
offense you played pass defense yesterday you played, and you're still running the ball. Go ahead, Rocky.
Yeah, they don't fully trust Beck. I mean, when you got 25 seconds in a timeout and you're at the 38 and you're taking knees, come on, man.
I mean, your kicker can supposedly kick a 47
and you got a kicker with an NFL leg.
I don't think they trust him either because
I don't think
you had a field goal you left on the board and you still went for it on fourth down and didn't get it. So
no, Mario trusts LFJ. He trusts his offensive line. You know why? Because when they do penalties, they don't get punished and they keep running the ball at the middle, no matter how many people are in the box to say we're going to trust you to go pound 6 people. That's who he trusts.
The mentality.
Guys in chat box, I'm going to bring another thing that I've kind of held back for a second. Larry, and Devin have talked off screen. This team has done absolutely nothing since the fourth quarter against Florida State. Now, my question to you guys is, has everybody that we have faced since, including Stanford, taken the blueprint of whatever Florida State did in that fourth quarter on defense and basically has utilized it? They line somebody up over the center because they know he's trash, and now they are focusing on, okay, we know you're stubborn. We know that you really love this offensive line. We know you're not going to pass it 80 times a game. So, we're just going to take our chances and maybe we get an interception. But the fact is you only have 2 quarters that you've done actually anything. But go ahead. Yeah.
Louisville and Stanford did it. If you check out the Louisville and Stanford game, they lined up one man over the center and they were dropping down either a linebacker or a safety. They were mixing it up into the box. They were crashing. Crashing every single time. Both of those teams did.
Yep.
SMU, I don't think so. I think SMU played straight up, four man fronts. But I mean, until it was short yardage. But we can't. God forbid we run play action. I mean, the bootleg was there all day long. I don't know, man.
I'm just.
Well, and I've got a question for you guys on this one. What do we have left to play for? The toilet bowl? I mean, now we have the people that are still the slurpers that are still like, oh, the season's not over yet. I mean, here's my thing, guys. If we win these next 4, at even 10-2, they're going to find a way to fuck us not to get us in there. So what difference does it make?
Yeah, I was listening to somebody about this earlier. They were saying that, and give me some rope. They were saying that since we have the tiebreaker versus Notre Dame head to head, that we would jump them. I think that's bullshit. I think that's 100% bull. Hey, I'm just reporting it.
I've got some coastal property up here in Tennessee if you'd like to buy some. I've got some coastal property up here.
I'm reporting what they said, and I'm looking at that going, yeah.
Give me what they're smoking, man. I want to live in that fantasy land.
Oh, yeah, the committee cares about head to head, not when the U's on the logo. Trust me.
That's a wrap.
But again, if it was about, wanting the best teams and the brand and the ratings, because, that's the other thing that gets me is the fact that, that whoever has the bowl games this year, or the playoffs rather, I should say, they know that people will tune in to watch Miami, whether to watch us win or lose. You know what I mean? We still get a brand and that part of it. There's like this, it's because it's the name, it's the U and the logo and everything like that. We've not shown shit, but at the same time, it's like one of the granddaddies or a blue blood of yours past. But my question is the fact that I'm just surprised that nobody made a call and said we need him in this year. We need him in this year. So honestly, I don't know.
The only way that
'Cause that playoff
Miami,
was
I
trash
think
last
at
year.
this point, the only way at this point I think Miami can possibly get in, and it's a slim possibility, is you're going to have a good eye test the rest of the season. Miami is going to have to beat the shit out of the next 4 opponents. I'm talking 48-10 type of margins in the next 4 weeks, and they're going to have some of those teams in front of them fall. Notre Dame's going to have to keep winning because that's really their only quality victory now, because South Florida dropped the ball against Memphis a couple of weeks ago. That's the only way Miami sniffs a chance. And here's another thing before I pass it on. What a time for Miami to drop the ball, because Georgia Tech winds up losing to NC State last night. You had an opportunity to gain some ground. You still fighting, chasing Louisville, but they still got to play SMU. You beat SMU, and then SMU goes on to beat Louisville. You got the tiebreaker over SMU, who now has Louisville, that is, 2 losses, and you're right there behind Georgia Tech and Virginia. And Georgia Tech, that was a loss I didn't expect them to get at all. I expected Virginia, because they already got – no, they don't have a conference loss. They got a –
No, they're undefeated.
They're undefeated in conference.
Virginia's
they have 1
undefeated
loss,
in conference.
out of conference loss.
Yeah.
But I
Brandon,
expect
come back.
Virginia,
Brandon, come back. Come back,
NC
Brandon.
State.
But yeah.
Yeah, to NC State. And Miami plays them. So, man, you talk about a bad time to lose, bro. I just
Yeah. No, Brandon, come back. If you want to come back and say I was just going to let Larry finish and welcome you to Stallion Speaks to speak your piece, man. That's what this show's all about.
He was at the game yesterday.
Oh my God. And guys, like I was watching it, and and again, these referee calls. I mean, here's my other thing. Rocky, you watch a lot of football too. Am I wrong by saying I never see other teams get called for offensive pass interference? I never see holds get picked up for flags. I never see linemen get called down the field. It always happens to Miami for whatever reason.
Nah, not true, Stallion. It's all over the ACC. Dabo went nuts the other day, and
but it's not an SEC thing. But it's not an SEC or Big Ten thing. Am I right? Saying that,
okay, so Bobby Petrino had a press conference the other day where he was asked to, like, the reporter was pressing him, okay, and Petrino was like, well, you're asking me, you want me to get fined? He said, I can't say anything, but he's looking like, what do you think? That kind of deal. It's a problem. That's why I mentioned on the show the other day. Look, I mean, I'm over it. I think there needs to be an investigation. That's just me. But I mean, it's blatantly bad. Everybody's gonna make a bad call. Ref's gonna screw up. That's gonna happen. When it starts happening over and over and over and over and over again, and you start seeing a pattern, to me, something's wrong.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Well, and I'll tell you this: if they even mentioned that this Vegas scandal thing or whatever's being looked at in college basketball, they need to be looking at college football too at this point, because this is some horse shit. And you've got an SEC crew that got absolutely suspended for the rest of the year.
I mean,
and realistically,
that was the Auburn game,
Auburn Georgia game, and Hugh Freeze might still have his job.
Not the timeout, man.
Yep, and Georgia's still skating on by. I mean, right now you're looking. Here's the. I'm going to put this up, scrolling down here, because I did have the new AP Top 25 that's down here. Hold on one second. Let me get to that banner real quick. So you got Ohio State, Indiana. Both of them will get in because they play each other. Oregon will get in. You got A&M, Bama, Georgia, Ole Miss. Right now, 4 SEC teams. 2 of them will go to the SEC title game based on their record. You've kind of got Oklahoma still hanging outside there. If the playoffs were to start now, Oklahoma would be that team in right now at 11, because the number 12 would more than likely be Memphis, being the highest group of 5 school that's rated or what have you. If those were the rankings that the committee does on Tuesday, they'll reveal that. But my point is that right now, if they can do it, the SEC will try to get 5 teams in there. That's why I think that the Texas and the Oklahoma have been protected to help win certain games or what have you, to be that 5th game. I really believe that, because both teams, whoever makes the SEC title game and wins or loses, is not going to be penalized, not with that darling conference. So they're in. And then as far as the Notre Dame thing, Notre Dame just because of A&M keeping winning, and even by the sheer fact that Miami does somehow pull off 10-2, that's not as bad of a loss because they rebounded and it happened earlier in the year.
But Stallion,
So,
once again, did I not say this on Talk a couple
you
of weeks
said it,
ago?
man.
Did I not say what the intention was, that you're looking at 4, possibly 5 SEC teams because they're pushing the SEC, and I also said you're looking at least 3 Big Ten teams. You got 7 to 8 spots between those 2 conferences alone.
Yep.
Notre Dame's an at-large. That's another one.
Yep.
And essentially, Miami had to handle business. This was prior to the Louisville game. There was no room for error. You had to handle business. It's just, the ACC is going to get their 2 teams in. The winner and the runner-up is going to get in. So essentially, you got a bunch of teams vying for 2 spots. In Miami, there's no fucking way Miami's going to get in now.
No. And you've got another game that everybody needs to kind of pay attention to at noon if you still want to play that game, in the sheer chance that we do run the table. You've got an undefeated BYU at number 8 against a number 9 Texas Tech team with only one loss. And this could actually be the first of 2 meetings, because if, let's say, Texas Tech wins, and this is only BYU's only blemish, they're going to be 2 11-1 teams going against each other in a rematch 4 weeks from now in Jerry's Palace in Texas.
It's going to end up the same. Look, we squandered it. It's going to end up the same as last year. Even if we do run the table, it's going to be a 10-2 year and off to the Gator Bowl. It's going to be one of those.
Rocky,
one of those years.
Think about this, Rocky and Stallion. If we win those final 4 games, you know what the fan base is going to say.
Oh, yeah.
Man, we won 10 games.
10 wins, man.
10 wins. We're doing it, man. Give Mario a chance, man. We're on our way. Look,
and go take a picture with the toaster at the Pop-Tarts.
Larry Frank, Stallion, fuck that.
Fuck that.
I'm with you. Fuck them.
We're about hunting banners and these. I don't want fucking Pop-Tarts or, bullshit. Bullshit bowl game trophies that nobody gives a fuck about, man. Nobody cares about that shit. I mean, oh my God. Anybody can get a bowl game with 6 wins now. Anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, it's horse shit. It's horse shit.
Y'all think we take care of business these next 4 games? What y'all think?
No, I got a loss to NC State and Pitt on the horizon. I would like to think I'm wrong, but I said that after the Louisville game, and I wanted to be proven wrong. And I said SMU was going to be a loss, and they failed me.
Yeah, on another show, and if you don't believe me, I got the receipts. Go talk to Coach Hayes. On another show, I predicted before the season started. I predicted 9-3. Boy, I wanted to be wrong. I wanted to be wrong so bad.
Yeah. I mean, Rocky, I said 6-6 here because there were a lot of unknowns. I mean, and I brought up a lot of intangibles. I said I didn't know how the referees were going to call these games. I didn't know if weather was going to be a factor. I also really told the fans that this coaching staff needs to take a step this season and be prepared for these inferior ACC opponents with coaching staffs that aren't getting paid nearly as much. Go back and watch Utah 259 and 260. I got absolutely run through the ringer by some of those people. And the sad part is everything is right. I will wait for my kudos. And I wanted to be so wrong. I was so sure that this was going to happen, Rocky. I told the person that called me out, I hope that we're there January 19th in Miami, and you can knock me out. I will put both hands like this. Take your best shot, because it'll feel so good that I was wrong and we host the trophy. But that I knew that wasn't going to happen with this buffoon over my left shoulder. Honestly, I knew. So, yep. Yeah, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. We deserve better.
Yeah, and we're where do we where do we go from here, right?
Down.
I mean, I don't know Larry. So what's the difference is going to be? Okay, we go 10-2, and we go to the Gator Bowl, and like you say, Larry, everybody's pumping us up again. Here comes spring. Here comes 30 new transfers. I mean, this is another thing. You see that 105 scholarship limit that's now in college football? Mario, my opinion, Mario's going to use up every bit of that he can. It's going to look like a football camp on Green Tree come spring. Watch. Because he can't help himself with recruiting.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It's a wrap.
I don't know.
And another thing, a lot of people, and me and Devin talked about this after the show, you got a lot of people saying that Miami is locked in with this contract that they can't buy him out. He can't be bought out. That's bullshit.
Nah.
If you can get, and listen, Rocky, I think we both know who bought out Brian Kelly. We know it was the chicken man down here.
Oh yeah, I know exactly who it was.
I wish we had a chicken man.
I know
something
exactly
like that. So shit.
Yeah,
exactly who did that.
That's
LFJ,
exactly
I knew
who did
that was coming. I knew that was coming 2 weeks before it happened.
Yeah, they said it's a private donor, but come on, man, there ain't but one person that's an LSU grad down here. They got all that money.
And I'll go one step further. LFJ, you see that AD? That's been brewing since the beginning of the season.
Oh yeah,
that didn't just happen yesterday either.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Well, and I'm just going to say this, guys. I mean, you look at this team. Even if we do go 10-2, like you said, Rocky, would be a hell of a lot better being 12-0. I mean, because think about what you left on the table here.
Failure.
Let's say this: you take care of business. You go 12-0. You go to Charlotte. You win that ACC. You get that monkey off of your back. You're 13-0. And you have a bye, which means you can sit back, watch what everybody's doing. You get a home game virtually your next time to play. Then by default, you get to play in Atlanta, where would be a lot of Miami fans would flock to for that Peach Bowl. And then by the Mecca of all graces, you're staring at 15-0, and you're at home at Hard Rock Stadium with a chance to become immortal against the team that took it away from you. It was a perfect storybook ending. And this was a revenge tour against all these teams, starting with Louisville. And you shit the bed and didn't want that story.
And you're not
each and every one of these teams.
And you're not reading that story because you're too fucking stubborn to get out of your own damn way.
Correct.
It's like Stallion said this morning on YouTube. He'd fuck up a wet dream.
He
Three
would.
hookers and
He'd fuck up 3 hookers if they were given to him, honestly. He would. There's no doubt about it in my mind.
But fellas, we're stuck with it.
We are.
We're worse off than we are worse off than here's a statement. We are worse off than what Florida State is right now.
Yes.
Because at least they can get out of that crap.
Yep. Well, and here's the other thing. Go ahead, Rocky. Go ahead.
I was gonna say at least we can get out of ours, but Larry Frank, that's bullshit. Any contract can be renegotiated, bought out that any of that. But with the structure that's in place now, like I mentioned before, it ain't happening. It ain't happening.
Mm-mm.
And I'm going to go a step further with this guy behind us. I mean, why don't you go with the fact that no lead is safe, man? You should be wanting to put 30 to 40 on everybody's ass, man. You should just be wanting to just fuck them hard. Honestly, like Cignati. I mean, he ain't leaving nothing up to chance.
I love that guy.
Oh, I'm telling you, man. He's got that
dog
in him.
He's
got that dog in him.
Listen, you want to make money? The easy combination. Take the dog that's playing Miami and take the under. Because we ain't scoring. Our defense is going to hold them in check.
Oh,
hey.
Did anybody see that spread? 27.5 against Syracuse. I don't even think we scored 27 points in that game on Saturday. I hope I'm wrong.
Is that what the line is?
27.5. I just looked at it before the show, Rocky. I swear to God.
Syracuse in the under. That's more money. That's another week I'm going to win.
3:30 kickoff on ESPN. There's not even going to be a soul there, man. There might be it might look so bad on TV on Saturday.
It's going to be I said that it's going to be a chasm at Hard Rock Stadium this Saturday. It's going to be ugly.
I mean, there's no that beautiful atmosphere you had those first 4 games just gone. Just gone.
Yeah.
I wanted to get your all's thoughts on this real quick because I do also wanted to just touch base on a couple of the other college football storylines going on right now. Obviously, we talked about now Hugh Freeze is fired. That's another big-time opening job of Auburn. Like Larry Frank said at the beginning of the show, that's 4 SEC schools now looking for a coach. And there's probably going to be a 5th when Mark Stoops loses to Vanderbilt in 2 weeks. But I'm just saying, like almost like yesterday was like it should have been Mark Stoops fired, but because Kentucky pulled that win off in Auburn, basically it was Hugh Freeze. So Mark Stoops, that'll be 5 jobs, even though that's a basketball school. But you get the point. I mean, that's 5 SEC schools now open. And, you've got the Big Ten. I don't know. I mean, like you got Penn State still out there. You've got Virginia Tech that's still open. I don't know, guys. I mean, does Florida State pull the trigger once they lose? I don't know. I don't know. There's just a lot of teams right now that are just kind of either going to either make that move or they're just going to wait because they don't want to compete. I don't know.
Honestly, with Florida State, you would think they would, but at this point, you have too many premier schools that's looking for coaches, and it's going to be hard for you. See, like if you have like maybe 2 or maybe 3 schools max, depending on the brand.
Can I add one? What if Sark leaves?
Oh yeah, that's 6. That would be 6. That would be
my
6.
prediction. That's
yes.
my prediction. I got Texas being in the running, but that's the thing. You have all of these premier schools, potentially 5 to 6 in the premier conference, and it's almost like you have to keep what you got. So if Norvell isn't fired, then he'll make it to next season, but he'll probably be fired mid-season next year.
Brandon, try to come on because it might be that you're trying to listen to the show on YouTube at the same time. But if you go in the backstage and eliminate the YouTube, then you'll be able to hear it live or what have you. So try that. Just see if that works, because I've had another guest have that problem on my other show. So see if that works. Go ahead, Rocky. Go ahead. What you were going to say?
The coaching carousel is going to be real interesting for me. It's going to be interesting to see if some of these guys get fresh starts in new places, i.e., Brian Kelly at Penn State. It's going to be interesting to see if Marcus Freeman at Notre Dame, he's getting calls, guaranteed.
He ain't leaving. I think Brian Kelly showed him. I think he knows he's good right there. Straight, he ain't leaving.
Well, what do you think about the Utah guy? Because they got a big win over Cincinnati.
I'd be if I was an AD at one of these schools. I'll give you 3 names. I'd be called. 3 names that would be on my list: Kyle Whittingham, Jeff Brom, and yes, Brent Key. Because Brent Key is doing more with less at Georgia Tech. Yeah. Even though I call Haynes King, I give him the Rocky Balboa nickname because he keeps getting back up.
Oh man, he's a beast.
But to me, I like Brent Key a lot. You know, who's the other guy? There's a 4th one. It'll come to me, but there's another one I've got on my list. But those would be the 3 names I got on my list. I don't know if Brom would leave. He's at his alma mater too at Louisville. He seems comfortable. Kyle Whittingham, definitely. I mean, I think, isn't he the longest tenured coach?
Yes.
Is that true? Utah?
Yeah.
Yeah. So those would be the names that would be on my list. Look, there's a lot of guys. Like, I wouldn't be the Jimbos and even our boy LFJ Ed Ogeron, who wants to get back into coaching. I wouldn't be calling those names, man. They're going to cost you too much money. You're going to have a mega buyout problem. We've seen how that worked. I mean, there's millions of dollars headed out the door to coaches that have failed this year between Franklin, Kelly, and others. So I would be going for somebody that has done more with less at a, not a bad program, at a big time, at a top flight program like an ACC or a Big Ten program. But that's what I would be doing. That's what.
Can I give a name? Can I give a name real quick? And he's shown that he's a whore. He'll jump, even though that he's got a good situation going. What about Mike Elko over at A&M?
I don't think he leaves.
You don't think he leaves?
I don't think Elko. I don't think Texas A&M wouldn't let him leave. After the year they're having. I know LFJ. I know you're a big Lane Kiffin guy. I know you're a Lane Train guy.
Yes, I am.
I'm not as sold on him as you guys are.
What about Jed Fish? I know that he's been at Arizona a while, and I think he's done everything he can do over there. What about Jed Fish? Not for Miami, but do you think that somebody wants to maybe grab him and put his offense somewhere?
I could see like a Virginia Tech calling him, or a UCLA calling him, or maybe what else is open out there? If to be honest, if Florida does not get who they want, I could see maybe Florida giving them a call.
Yep.
I can't say who it is, but I've been told that Florida has their guy. But I cannot say who it is.
Brandon, if you're on, welcome to Stallion Speaks, brother. Speak your piece.
And it ain't Lane.
Yeah,
you got me curious. Still getting that delay.
I'm still getting that.
How's he sounding to you guys?
I hear him.
I hear you fine.
Okay. Yeah.
Larry, you know who LSU's after, huh?
Yeah,
One of
well,
those ones.
And it ain't Lane.
Not John Summerall.
No, they're going to the pros.
Joe Brady.
Wow.
It makes sense. It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes
Yeah.
sense.
One second, guys.
No, you're fine. No, you're totally fine.
It makes sense. It makes
Yeah.
sense.
Brandon, you have to close YouTube. That's what Ellen's saying. So yeah, you have to close YouTube and come back. Yeah, Joe Brady. I forgot about old Joe Brady. So yeah. So well, and then look what happened. I mean, I don't know why anybody would even think about Matt Rule. Nebraska lost again, and now Dylan Raiola broke his leg yesterday. On top of that, so to USC. So.
29 consecutive losses to ranked opponents. Hey man, you think Miami's got it bad? That's another old school program that'll never be back.
Never.
Shout out to the Cornhuskers.
Never.
So what does happen with So what does happen with Miami, fellas? Shannon Dawson gets fired, and we get another OC next year. Is that's pretty much it? That's it.
Yeah, because what's going to happen is Mario does not want. In other words, Mario needs a scapegoat.
Yeah.
Basically, Mario has been exposed. So guess what? The blame has to go somewhere to conserve the idea.
That's right.
Yes. But like I said earlier, credit to Shannon Dawson. He basically exposed that shit because everybody else, go back to Josh Gaddis. He didn't say shit. Go back on the defensive side to Lance Guidry. He didn't say shit. So you're getting exposed. You're getting called out. You're getting press conferences. Everybody's talking about it's your offense and this and that. You're trying to defend the bullshit. You do it yesterday, and that's the thing. You come out, just like you said earlier, Rocky, you start throwing wrinkles and this and that. You're showing that, you know what? I can call it.
I can do something.
I can move this damn offense.
And as the game goes on,
it slowly reverts back to the futility. So guess what happens? Now you see Shannon Dawson and Mario, big bad jujitsu ass. You so big and tough, but you're putting your calm down. Shannon's like, no, fuck you. You know, I loved it.
Mm-hmm. I did too. I didn't mind that at all. I looked at it and said, damn, there's some life in this team after all.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me tell you something. I take Rhett Lashley in a heartbeat. I say that Rhett Lashley.
You got an extension.
Of course he got extended.
And look, Stallion, B-Nod, Lane's not leaving. He's playing games.
Oh yeah. And why would he leave? Why would he leave?
Sexton is playing that card as much as he can to try to up his contract at Ole Miss. I think a number was thrown out there at Florida, like $18 million a year. Something like that is what I heard. And I mean, he ain't going, man.
I think, and this is my hope, and yes, I'm a Lane guy. I'm hoping Lane gets an extension long enough to last around the time that Mario still has left, and that when Mario finally does get out of here. Because Lane really wanted to be at Miami. He tried to come twice.
I think Lane would be the new Don Johnson.
Lane wanted this job, LFJ. He did.
Lane wanted it twice. Twice. Because after Mark Richt, they didn't, give him the opportunity. And then I think they disqualified him because he came to the interview with flip-flops and Bermuda shorts on the second time around or whatever. So
well, and you know what? That's the same thing that the Pirate did.
I was about to say Lane wanted this job as bad as Mike Leach did.
Mike Leach would have done wonders with Miami.
He did.
Yep. Donna Shalala and Kirby Hocutt on that one. I mean, everybody talks about Blake James. Kirby Hocutt was just as shitty. He was fucking awful.
Yep.
He was fucking terrible as athletic director. He was horrendous. So yeah. I mean, well, let me ask you this. So if the pieces fall and Sark does take this NFL job, who does Texas go after, guys? Who is it?
It's going to be hard.
I mean, like, honestly.
Because it goes back to what I said earlier. There's so many schools that need coaches, and here's the thing. You don't have enough quality guys. Like, if it was a bunch of group of 5 schools or maybe a couple of lower tiered Power 5 schools, you can kind of go with all these up and comers. This is too many powerhouse programs historically to go with these up and comers that you don't know.
Yeah.
One school may take a chance, like Auburn might take a chance on a guy, but that's the thing. Credit these schools that already have their guys in place for signing the extensions. Credit Indiana for extending Signetti. Credit SMU for extending Lashley. They knew what was going on. So, honestly, I don't know.
You think I mean, y'all might laugh. You think okay, Texas, you think Jimbo gets a call there?
Yes. I think he does. He'll get a call. I don't think he'll get the job, but he'll get a call.
I don't think so. Because Jimbo, you got to remember something. The only way I can see them getting a call is if somebody over there, the mode of thinking is, we're going to make this work where Texas A&M didn't. They're going to look at the mistakes that happened at A&M and try to rectify that. Bring him in the door and say, look, whatever happened at A&M, we're not going to have that here. We're going to give you what you need to help it work. Because let's be honest, he's a good offensive mind. So if you give, I think he could work wonders with that trash.
Arch. Look, Arch, I think he'd turn Arch around in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
I think he could.
Yeah, definitely. But I don't know. That's another call.
You just brought up something that's really interesting, Rocky. That Texas hire might actually have the Mannings really maybe look for the highest bidder. Not that Arch has proved to be anything, but there's somebody desperate enough. Another man's trash is another man's treasure. You know what I mean? Type of a thing. So.
Listen, what Arch needs to do, and I know it won't happen, but in his best interest, if Lane stays at Ole Miss, go where Granddaddy and Uncle Eli played.
Yeah, that's where it was meant
to
be.
Yeah, just go. Yeah, I agree with that, LFJ.
Yeah.
I agree.
I applaud you wanting to cut your own path, not go to Tennessee, not go to Ole Miss, and try to separate yourself from your uncles and your grandpa. But, dude, if you want to get to the next level, please go.
Yeah,
bro. Could you imagine the Grove if Arch Manning went to Ole Miss? God,
absolutely. He's trying to do what Peyton did. It worked out for Peyton because Peyton was actually good. Arch ain't.
Yeah.
Arch is a runner.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys.
I also can't believe that Manny Diaz has a better winning record with Duke than Mario does right now. Somebody pointed that out on Twitter. One of the big time names. Media
4.5 years. 4.5 years. Manny Diaz has coached in the ACC, and his ACC record is 25-13. Mario has coached in the ACC for 3.5 years. 1 year less. 14-14. He's got one more ACC loss than Manny Diaz does. 1 year less.
That's insane.
It bothers the piss out of me, guys. And I think the other thing too that's also is that once again we were a double-digit favorite. 10.5 was the spread when it closed yesterday against SMU at kickoff, and we lost again to another opponent, and that's Mario. Mario now has the record. He was tied going into that with Kalen DeBoer of all freaking people, and now has that all by himself. I mean,
he'll break it.
Oh, I mean, it's just like, but I mean, and guys, let me ask you this: if you're him right now, like, what do you really say? Like, what conversations are you having today? Did you just go and have cafecito all day and
more the same? We're gonna get back to work. What's the slogans? We're gonna get back to work. We gotta execute better.
It all starts with me.
It starts with it's the whole organization, and
I mean, we've heard this before. It's like we have guys flying around, or what Al Golden said. We're going to get that fixed, like that with this tie. I mean, it's like, I swear to God, we have heard this from so many different figureheads. It's unbelievable.
Mario is not going to change a goddamn thing, and honestly, I don't think he gives a shit, because guess what? That $10 million annual salary is guaranteed. If you buy him out, he's getting paid. Mario basically has finagled this thing into not necessarily coaching on the field, but my eliteness is going to be in recruting. I am going to have Miami.
That's what I was about to come
That's
with.
What it's all about.
The best we got going right now with Mario and Miami. The man can recruit.
Yeah,
I give him this props for recruiting.
That's it.
Yeah.
We just got national headlines every fucking year.
We got to hope and pray that this man's recruiting eventually stacks this roster so much. And I believe too, and this is kind of another conspiracy thing in my head. I believe too that's why he's not playing all these young guys. Is his vision is this stacked roster like we used to have, where you got guys like, you used to have guys like Willis McGahee, third string, somebody that good third string. We're not there yet. We haven't gotten there yet.
I just think that
because here's the pattern though. Check the stats. Look at the transfers he's bringing in. They're all seniors. I've looked at the roster for the most part. Okay, other than the DBs, the rest of them are all seniors. The wide receivers are seniors.
Brockmeyer.
Brockmeyer's a senior. I mean, and there's a pattern there. They're one and done's gone while he builds the roster in behind it. But I'm with y'all. He needs to use the guys use the talent that he has. They're not doing that. We can talk about that.
Is there a quarterback on this roster, or dare I say Darian Coleman, that you'd hand the keys to next year?
No.
It's going to be another transfer.
It's going to be another transfer.
And I've heard Lenore Sellers over at South Carolina.
Lenore Sellers, C.J. Bailey.
It's going to be, listen, LFJ, Stallion, it's going to be Bailey.
I hope it is Bailey. I take Bailey.
Go get Bailey. I'll take it.
Bailey would be, I won't say it'll be a carbon copy of Cam Ward, but it'll be a blueprint you can work with to do something.
Poor man's Cam Ward.
Yes.
That's what I call Bailey. Poor man's Cam Ward.
And that would save Mario's job moving forward.
Let me ask you this. If Bailey comes, does that mean JoJo stays? Because weren't they high school teammates?
That was his quarterback.
Yeah.
That was his quarterback, right?
Him and Jeremiah.
Him and Jeremiah. That was the whole group. Chaminade Madonna and everything like that. So maybe would that stay? I mean, at this point, I don't know. I mean, like, would that cause JoJo to stay?
9 times out of 10, they know, because if we know it, they know JoJo probably wants out. And the only way to keep JoJo at this point is to bring his quarterback in. They're probably going to sell JoJo a line of shit saying, look, JoJo, it didn't work out this year, but guess what? We're going to get Bailey in here, your quarterback. You know what y'all guys did in high school. We're going to put you on the field. It's your show next year.
Look, the front line wide receiver group is fire if JoJo stayed. JoJo, Josh Moore, Malachi Tony.
Yes.
That's hot next year.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that front line at wide receiver. If you don't go replace if you keep your ass out of the portal and don't go get three frontline seniors to go ahead of them because you don't want to play a bunch of sophomores.
Right.
It's like, let them run. You brought them here.
And then the linebacker situation. I mean, you bring this Rutgers kid that keeps getting burned. Me and Devin talk about Truori all the time. He can't cover a damn running back. And it's like, where's those great linebackers we had recruited? They haven't even seen the field, Larry. Like, you're talking about Bobby Washington Jr. He's done. I don't even know if he even plays a snap at Miami.
He's out.
He's done. Robbie's already transferred. What about the kid that they moved to defensive end, Martellus Bryant or whatever? Like, he was built like a Greek Adonis, and he hasn't gotten on the field at all this year at defensive end. And he got reps last year. That other kid, McConaughey or whatever his name is, down in
he got hurt.
He got hurt. Yeah, or what about our boy Papa Aguirre? Popo. What about him?
He's played. They rotate him. He's got some playing time. But again, I'm gonna say this again. It's Toure, it's Basaint, it's Jalen Alderman, it's Chase Smith.
Yep.
That's the big four.
He needs to go. I'm sorry.
It's all upperclassmen.
Yeah, Chase Smith. I'm glad you got to play again, but we can do better. I'm sorry. I don't want to be a dick, but it's enough of this.
And I haven't been sold on Wesley Basaint. And I mean, I know I got shit from his mama last year when I said in the group last year that the defense wasn't good, and his mama got mad at me and told me that I don't appreciate what they're doing. And I told her, I said, lady, I ain't singling out your son. I'm talking about the whole defense, but if the shoe fits, wear it.
Larry, it's a miracle he hasn't even been thrown out of these games with his bullshit, honestly.
Exactly.
Yeah, honestly.
So when he graduates, he's out of here. He graduates this year. Goodbye. Good riddance. Yeah, I won't miss you.
Awesome. Okay. That answers that.
Larry, I got to stay in mind. I got a question, if you don't mind.
Mm-hmm.
Larry, you're plugged in down there. I don't want you to give up any sources or say anything that, out of school, but what's the temperature down there right now? Based on what you know.
With Mario?
With the team.
with the team, put it to you like this. I don't know so much with the team, but what I know about what I've been told with Mario, they're not happy.
No.
They're not happy. That is confirmed.
Okay.
And that's why I go back and forth with people that say he ain't going nowhere and the buyout and this and that. There is money available to get him out.
Oh yeah, look, the money's there.
It's there.
Don't ever believe this narrative, guys, that Miami doesn't have money.
Right.
That's the biggest horseshit crap lie
I will say this,
out ever.
I will say this without giving it away and saying who told me. And I'm not going to say who it is, and I'm not going to say who they say it is.
Sure.
But from what I've been told in talking to different people, there is a university official who is side-eyeing Mario right now. He's not happy. And right now,
Really?
yes.
That's news.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's the beginning stages.
Mm-hmm.
And this was before what happened yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So I expect that to kind of add a little momentum to what's going on.
Good.
But he's not
Good.
locked in. Let me tell you something. When people saying he's going to be here for 7, 8, 9 years, bullshit.
Bullshit?
Really? Yes, sir. The only thing, like I said, if you didn't have all this coaching turnover, you might possibly have. And here's another thing. Because these other schools who hired him the same year that they hired their other ones that they bought out have already bought these coaches out, that makes it even more realistic that the fact that you got guys in the 21 class, and it's on two spectrums. You got guys in the 21 class, i.e. Marcus Freeman, who have done well, and there's no excuse why you're not. But you got guys in the 21 class, coaching hiring class, that is, i.e. Brian Kelly and Billy Napier, who haven't done well, and you bought them out. So on both sides, pressure's starting to mount a little.
And Brent Pry was also in that class too for Virginia
another
Tech,
one in
and he
that
was an
class.
alum that they said get the fuck out.
Get
So,
the fuck out of here.
here, I got one for you guys. Maybe not at Texas because that experiment already failed. What about Charlie Strong? Is anybody going to look at him again as a head coaching job?
Nah, probably not.
With his connections to South Florida and everything?
His time is passed, and the game is past him.
Unfortunately. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think of other guys right now.
Shit, real quick, Rob. Sorry, Rob, but shit got fucked up with him. He wanted the DC job, and Mario wouldn't give it to him in year one. Yeah. And he left.
And he gave it to Burger King. So yeah. I mean, yeah.
He gave it to your boy, the old Gerber food slurper, and it didn't work. You know.
Yeah.
Kevin Steele.
It's unbelievable, guys. I mean, it's just unreal.
I've got one for you, Stallion. I've got a perfect fit for you if they were smart, in my opinion. If Penn State was smart, they'd go run to the Bengals and they'd go get our goal.
They should. I
think that's a perfect fit, perfect match.
I think that he has grown as a coach. I think that, I mean, what he did at Notre Dame, I mean, we couldn't clown him, honestly. I think Manny has grown as a coach at Duke. I mean, these guys were just not meant for Miami, but they are where they're supposed to be, and I think that Golden would be unbelievable over there. Let me ask you this. Is Chip Kelly going to come back now that this thing has failed with the Raiders? Is he going to come back to college somewhere?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah, I was going to say the same thing. I think he wants a head job again. I think he gets some calls.
Chip has got to be up there. What about the guy from Golish? Golish has got to be looked at somewhere for USF. I mean,
I think Golish is going to be looked at.
The Memphis coach.
Who's the other one? Dog it.
Larry, I think you're onto something too, by the way. I really think you're onto something because I think that's why Wisconsin hasn't pulled the trigger on Luke Fickell, because they can probably stomach one more year and hope to get somebody up there because it's Wisconsin. But like, look at where you're in the pecking order. Any other year, that would be maybe an interesting job, you know, with the fan base and, you know, the big linemen that they could have up there. They run, you know, they've had some guys that have made it from the NFL. But the truth of the story is that who are you really going to get when you are competing with these SECs and other big-time teams, you know, even in your own conference looking for coaches?
And the same thing with Colorado. They're not going to get rid of Prime right now. Now, with Prime, it's a different story because I think Prime – I think it's health issues.
That's health. Yeah, I was going to say that's health. That's health problems.
His health is really coming into play. So I think Prime – I don't want to say that Colorado's problems this year is on his health, because obviously, I mean, he's been able to come there and coach, but his health has had a little bit to do with it. But I mean, he lost a lot. But I mean, you got to give him the benefit of the doubt to an extent, because he attained a 9-1 season, a 9-3 season rather, with essentially 3 players, 2 of his kids and Travis Hunter. That's got to count for something. And one thing I like about Prime, I know a lot of people don't like Prime. Prime is not scared to go get what he feels are the best people to put on staff, and he ain't meddling in shit. If Mario did football like Prime does football, we'd be in a hell of a lot of a better place. The problem with Prime is he don't like to go visit and sit in nobody's living room.
Yeah,
he ain't gonna recruit nobody.
That's the thing. He ain't gonna recruit.
No, he wants you to come to him or whatever.
He wants you to, he's Prime. You know, you call me. You know.
Well, what about this Texas Tech coach? With what he's done down there at Texas Tech, somebody's got to give him a look or what have you with his offense and what he's done. Or does he stay there because he knows it's an easy-ass conference to win? Another team that I'm looking at as well, based on the stats and what they've done over the last couple of years, again, more with less is what I'm looking at. Maybe an up-and-coming person is this individual over at BYU as well. I mean, they look like they're a contender every year and so forth.
Okay.
I mean,
here's my take on it real quick. You got to look at all of the schools that are opening. So you got your tier 1 jobs.
Yes.
LSU, Florida, Penn State. Those are your top 3 tier 1 jobs.
Gotcha.
Natural historical powerhouses.
Correct.
Now you got your tier 2 jobs. Arkansas, Oklahoma State,
Virginia Tech.
Yeah. You know, stepping stone programs. This is where you might see like a John Summerall, somebody from a group of 5, go.
Would you put Auburn tier 1, Larry? Sorry to cut you off now with Auburn now there.
Auburn is in between tier
1 and 2.
Yeah, I would put them more at tier 2, only because you got Florida and LSU. If you didn't have Florida and LSU, I would.
They'd be up there. And Penn State has more national titles. You're right.
Exactly. Yeah. And potentially Texas is going to be up there when
Texas will be tier 1.
So you can't put Auburn tier 1 with all of them. Yeah. But I'll say this: there's one name nobody's talking about, and I don't think he's been extended, and he's going to get some phone calls.
John Gruden. Go ahead.
I don't know why people think he can still coach. I mean, fuck, it's been damn near 20 years, but no.
Yeah.
Dan Mullen.
Yeah, Dan Mullen. I was going to say Dan Mullen at UNLV.
Dan Mullen is quietly setting himself up for interviews. And, well, we already know Florida ain't going to be an option. But dark horse, don't be surprised if LSU might not get Dan Mullen. SEC ties.
Yeah.
Good offensive mind.
And he was kicking ass at Mississippi State, man. He was recruiting that area very well.
The dude got Dak paid. That's all I'm going to say. So,
yeah. And he got the Kimdichie guy, too. He got him as well when that was Ole Miss. Ole Miss got Kimdichie, but that was still that era, back then.
I think you guys are Dan Mullen, Matt Campbell. Iowa State. He's going to get some calls.
What about the TCU coach? Not Patterson, but the guy they got now. He had a pretty good year a couple years ago, and they're so. I mean, TCU's coach.
Talking about
all I know is Patterson. Who is the TCU coach?
It's a new guy. Him and Rhett Lashley can't stand each other, from what I understand. Like, he ran it up on him last year, and then he ran it up on him this year. So yeah, that's. But it might be Sonny. I think it might be maybe.
LFJ, man. LFJ broke some news on Stallion Speaks, man. Miami's not happy with this.
But why could you be? You can't be happy with this.
No, I mean, I agree with it. I'm just surprised that there's that.
Yeah,
There's a person in the administration that told to the people that I've talked to, that they're not 100% sold and happy, and there's no vote of confidence. So, but once again, 10 wins last year. You got to see how this year ends. We as fans want him going.
Yeah, 10-2 ain't exactly.
They ain't gonna cut him for 10-2, but he's starting to get side-eyed because shit ain't getting better. So it's beginning.
Real quick, this has been a great show and so forth. I wanted to do a little bit of the NFL very quickly and so forth. I don't know if you guys caught that. Props to you, Larry Frank. Your Steelers got it done today. Honestly, I was really
I
happy
wasn't
for you. At least you got
surprised.
at least you got that one. Shit,
Those
one of your
those
teams
those
won.
those bipolar motherfuckers do this shit to me every year. They wind up losing the teams they shouldn't lose to, and they wind up beating the best of the NFL when they line up. They've been doing this shit forever.
I don't want to hear that crap, LFJ. Try being a Bears fan.
Well, here it is.
Any
And here it is. Tanking for who? Right now is the current NFL draft order, and we still have the Cardinals to play tomorrow night. But right now the Titans, they wowed by not getting in on the goal line, took the ball out of Cam Ward's hands and settled for a field goal, thinking they'd get the ball back. And basically the Chargers ran the clock out, and that was the end of that. But the Titans are 1-8. The Saints are 1-8. The Jets were on a bye week this week, so they're still there at 3. The Dolphins were absolutely humiliated and have already started making their moves finally. The Browns were off this week. The Giants found a new way to lose. And the Raiders lost a heartbreaker in overtime. Sorry, Devin. So to the Jaguars. And then the Cardinals, like I say, play tomorrow night against the Cowboys. And Kyler Murray's not even playing tomorrow night.
I'm sticking to my prediction. The Saints are going to have the number 1 pick because they are ass. I'm sticking to it.
And who is going to be the number 1?
That's why they haven't pulled Spencer Rattler. They're trying to. That's why they haven't put in Tyler Shuck.
His Shuck looked like shit today, so I mean, hey.
did they play him today? I don't.
Yeah, he started. He
started today. Okay.
He started. He looked like he threw a touchdown, but then he looked like shit.
I mean, could you imagine the Rams literally walked out the game and they literally propped their feet up and went, "Oh man, this is a nice one this week."
Scrimmage.
What have you? I mean, that's what it was.
Let's see. So the Titans head coach already got fired, right?
He got fired. Yeah. McDaniel's next.
Saints are firing Kellen Moore. The Jets, that guy's going to get fired. The Dolphins should have fired.
No, Aaron Glenn just got the job. He ain't going nowhere this year.
With the Jets?
Yeah, that's Aaron Glenn. He just got hired. The Saints almost hired him.
Okay. All right.
I can tell you, looking at these guys right here, this list, the Dolphins are going to fire McDaniel. The Browns are going to fire Stefanski. Dable for the Giants are going to get fired. The Raiders just got Pete Carroll. I don't think they'll fire him just yet. And the Cards, who is the Cardinals coach? I don't know who that is.
I don't know.
It's not the guy. He went to the Ravens. It's not him anymore.
Is it a new guy?
It's not Kingsbury.
It's not Kingsbury. It's this guy in his second year now there.
Yeah,
okay, well, they're not going to fire him.
If he just got there, they're not going to get fired.
Yeah. So the Saints are going to get the number 1 pick. Trust me.
And that's a dumpster fire of a program, too, because the Cardinals is the Titans' 1 win this year. That's the hilarious thing, of what's going on with that organization. So, this is just horrendous, man. I've never seen so many bad NFL football teams.
Jonathan Gannon.
Who the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, that's the dude that was fighting when they lost the game.
He beat the shit out of that one guy.
He tried to MMA the fucking football player. Yeah. He beat the shit out the dude, whenever, he fumbled the ball and shit against Tennessee. But I wanted to say real quick,
go ahead.
As far as the Saints are concerned, the poor city of New Orleans, because the Pelicans ain't shit, they're winless.
Oh, good.
I'm glad I ain't got teams in that city, man.
The Saints have got salary cap issues.
Hey, Tulane is the torchbearer right now.
Tulane is where it's at.
Tulane, man, I'm telling you.
They got their ass handed to them the other night with UTEP talking shit.
Hey,
yeah,
let me tell you. You know who got their ass handed to them today, and I just couldn't fucking believe it. And it was such a thing to do. Green Bay fucking lost to the Panthers. And I was like,
yes.
You motherfuckers. I got that defense in that fantasy game thinking that I could win. And I was like, I should have just kept the damn Texans with that performance against the Broncos, honestly. And then Stroud got his ass knocked out today for the Texans, poor guy. So
I'm going to say this, Stallion. I've been a Chicago Bears fan since I was a kid. So
yeah,
no love lost for the Green Bay Packers. I can tell you that right now.
Oh goodness! Look, I found something here. It says former player confirms Mario Cristobal medals in the offense. Justin Johnson was a former offensive lineman who medically retired from Oregon football, was on Spaces and talked about how Mario was micromanaging the offense and didn't always allow the play that Moorhead wanted. I'm taking this from another site and I'm not listening. This is on Fish Duck. So this is on an Oregon. This is an Oregon chat right here. So it just came up. So
They're probably so thrilled of how that all worked out for them. Phil Knight and Dan Lanning, and I mean, they can take a wheelchair to that college football playoff for the second straight year, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, the second straight fucking year. So,
Yep. While we lose to SMU,
and we make it so hard, and it shouldn't be fucking hard. I mean, that's what pisses me off.
With a superior roster, with more resources, with a program really from an administration and an organization level that's humming, we go lose and drop to SM fucking.
Hey, Larry, I'm going to make a take tonight, by the way. I bet Jai Lucas leads Miami to an ACC championship before Mario ever does in football. Jai Lucas, the new basketball coach for the Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah.
I mean, they might actually have a decent season with who he's brought in there.
It might. So
I'm a baseball guy. I'm looking forward to Canes baseball.
They should have a good year. And listen, they were only one bad game away. That third game against Louisville in the Super Regionals. I'm a baseball guy too, Rocky. I love Miami baseball, and they just almost were there in Omaha last year.
I was calling for that coach's head, man.
I hate him
early in the season.
I can't stand him.
Bad.
I mean, because you talk about another guy that should never have gotten a job like that big time right out of the bat, Artiega. Oh my God, I can't stand him. And literally, again, this is Radakovich. It's like, what are you doing?
But look, Stallion, credit to him. I mean, he turned it around.
He did.
I don't know how. I mean, he found the pulse of that team and got those guys clicking.
Yes,
and man,
they were fun to watch at the end.
They were one hit away from making it to the World Series.
They were.
This year, they should be one of the top 8.
They should be hosting a Super Regional. Larry, I'll tell you this: I would have lost that bet if somebody would have told me who turns it around first between Cristobal and Artiega. I would have actually said Cristobal, and I would have lost that bet. I would have lost that bet. So. Yeah. I mean, well, real quick, guys, and Rocky, thanks for being on tonight, man. I told you I'd give you your DAP and so forth. I want you all to come back next week, for episode 4, see where we go from this. But I want to thank Larry Frank. I want to thank you. But I also finish out the show with this segment, by the way, and I like to call it the Idiot of the Week or what have you. And this can be anybody in any sport or anything like that. I have mine. If you take him, I've got a list of 2 others, but Rocky, since you've been on, and I really appreciate all your insight and what you've brought to the show, and you're welcome back anytime, brother. Who's your idiot of the week?
The idiot of the week in any sport, in any walk of life, and there's some choices. Yeah, I
don't know if you watched episode 1, but I talked about the guy that left his wife for the stripper and spent $24,000 telling his kids, "I got a new stepmama for you guys," or whatever. So, I mean, that son of a bitch. So, 24,000, and she's like, "Oh, I have a boyfriend. Sorry." Piece of shit. Oh my God.
Wow. I mean, I'll keep it in house. I'll go for the duck. I'll just say Mario Cristobal. That's what I'll say. Just being an idiot.
Yep.
Stupid.
Yeah, he is. Look at this face. He doesn't even know how to throw up the U right. Look at this. I mean, he doesn't.
I mean, watching that SMU game back, fellas, it still doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, SMU finishes with 23 rushing yards, and they beat us.
And a quarterback with a bad ankle. I mean,
one-legged quarterback gets 356 yards passing.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah, Chris is Mario. Yeah, he has to be. And he got clowned by dickhead Paul Feinbaum, the dick with the taxi ears, with the big ears.
National media is all over him.
Oh,
there's a bunch of them that are coming out after him. Mario can't get it done. What's wrong with Miami? I mean,
oh my God, yeah.
Not that they ever liked us anyway, but
no. But again, it's the ratings, man. I mean, that game day was electric, and look how far it has fallen. It was like that was the high. The third quarter of the Florida State game was the high, and then we have just crashed and burned terribly. I mean, horrible shit since that third quarter against Florida State. You had every opportunity to fuck them hard, and you almost let them pull a Georgia Tech. So, yeah. Larry, who's your idiot of the week?
My idiot of the week goes to all of the Miami fans that have been calling Mario Cristobal the savior and the great this and that. I've been watching shows left and right. I've been looking at fan chats and all of that. I got people apologizing to me, talking about I gave you shit for no reason and I'm sorry, blah, blah, blah. My idiot, pluralized idiots of the week are everybody who after last night had the audacity to start saying, well, you know what? He ain't going to do it. We told y'all motherfucking asses for the last couple of years that this shit was going to happen, but ain't nobody wanted to listen to us. So those are my idiots of the week, and I got a second idiot of the week, Kim Kardashian. She had an aneurysm and blamed it on Kanye West and said the divorce caused it.
Well, she's a lawyer now, so she could take that to court.
The tush.
And you know what? You know what? I didn't think this one out because I forgot about the segment. Scratch him.
I got another idiot too, but it's political.
My
true
idiot of the week is Jeff Landry, governor of the state of Louisiana. You stupid motherfucker.
Why is that? I got to hear this one.
Go ahead and say it, because he uttered 2 words. If he could have just left that out of his mouth, he would have been fine. But keep going.
Motherfucker just put the pressure on LSU to actually get a worthy coach by number one, you're sticking your nose in fucking LSU business. Mm-hmm. Number 2, when you said that you were going to let Donald Trump hire the next fucking coach.
I knew it. I knew where this was going.
So at the end of the day, you just changed the trajectory of things. Anybody that's worth anything that has a backbone ain't going to put up with your ass. Then he said the Louisiana taxpayers were going to foot the bill for the buyout for Brian Kelly. I went on the state website, the state Facebook page, and said, I'm a Miami fan. That's y'all fucking problem. Stay out my fucking check. I ain't got nothing to do with that bullshit.
That's right.
Right. So, yeah, I got to go with Jeff Landry. Jeff Landry's running around here. Stallion, if you ever come to Louisiana, Rocky will confirm it for you. You better drive an old school car. You're going to fuck up your fucking axles and shit on these damn Louisiana. I think the motherfucker bumped his head on I-10 somewhere when he made this shit.
Damn.
Look, Mr. Bratton came down here and they went on a cruise out of New Orleans and I was messing with him. I said, well, Mr. B, when they were leaving back, they stopped in Slidell. They got this Middendorf's. They went eat at Middendorf's, Rocky, out there in Slidell, right there inside the interstate. And he was talking about the thin fried catfish. So I asked him, I said, well, Mr. B, let me ask you a question. How was the ride when you came out here? He said, Frank, I didn't catch a concussion at Miami fucking with them damn roads y'all got down there.
Hey, look, he ain't lying, Stallion. Better bring your 4-wheel drive when you come.
Well, I'm going to tell you this. I've got to make a trip down there, but here's the other thing, too. I thought Kentucky had that distinction. I guess I'm wrong. Louisiana has the worst roads and not Kentucky.
I've driven cross country. I've been everywhere except the Pacific Northwest. I don't do California, and I never went up there to New York. And everywhere else I went, Kentucky roads did not compare to this bullshit.
No, and they don't let you drive either, Stallion. Speed traps everywhere.
So I need to just keep it on cruise. And I see it 35, you go 35. So sounds like Oak Ridge up here in Knoxville.
I got a game of the week for Larry Frank. This is kind of me. Larry Frank over at E.D. White Stadium this Friday. You got Vanderbilt.
The Holy War.
You got Vanderbilt and E.D. White. Yes, sir. This Friday.
But hold up. I got game 2.0, district championship, Thibodeau against Destrehan, 1 versus 2.
Yes, sir. Congratulations, by the way, on the Terrebonne win. That was pretty good.
That was sweet. That was
to talk about my high school, unfortunately, we got the 4th seed. We're in the playoffs. We're playing the defending champs who actually knocked us off our perch for getting a 3rd one of these. I would love to think that maybe our season could be salvaged by knocking them and owing them back, but I don't know. I have no idea.
Maybe it'd be a nice Thursday or Friday?
It's a Friday night. It's actually on rivalrythursday.com on YouTube if you want to check it out, but we'll be playing at Sevier County and, we'll see what happens. But I would like to think that we might be able to knock them off being a 4 seed, and we owe them one for the controversy, how they beat us last year, but I don't know. Boys got to play the game, not me. Simple as that. So here's my idiot of the week, by the way. It could be this buffoon, but it's too easy. I got a better one. You talk about a son of a bitch who took pleasure in beating Miami, as most coaches do. But I have to actually give a 1A and a 1B. The 1B goes to Tyler Van Dyke for smoking your cigar and taking the coin toss like, woo, we won or whatever like that. That's like going to the whorehouse and that you got sloppy seconds and didn't even get to screw the hooker at the whorehouse. Honestly, Tyler Van Dyke, you still suck. Enjoy the stogie. It's probably what you always have in between your lips. And honestly, before I say it any further, it wasn't you that won that game. You just happened to be on there. Honestly, so go fuck off. That's 1B. But congratulations on the win, and go sign your jersey that you still probably worship every day, because that was the only play you got down here at Miami. Your golfing bitch hot girlfriend pegged you, motherfucker. But 1A goes to Fran Brown over at Syracuse. Not only did you do it for Dabo, this year you've gotten your shit pushed in by everybody, and you had Bill Belichick and Gold Digger, his little hottie toddy. Fuck you, Ragged, on Halloween night, motherfucker. So, Spooky Ghouls, Fright Night, go fuck yourself. And I really hope Miami kicks some ass, but the only saving grace you got is that you get to coach against this buffoon again. It's two morons going against each other, and you know who loses this next week? Us, the fans.
Fans, yes. Absolutely.
So fuck all you, and fuck the
talking
ACC refs too. While I'm
talking
at
about
it,
your picture. I mean, look at what I got up here above me, man. Dude looks like he's fucking constipated and ate a fucking cheese sandwich or something.
That's the Matt Lee look. Remember when Matt Lee was like, we fumbled up, we're going to lose the game or whatever. I mean, this is what we've dealt with, guys. I mean, this motherfucker back here. I mean, oh my God. So
LFJ, you made a comment on another chat, man. Look, if this is what it takes, man, crack open that six-pack. It's okay. We forgive you.
Hey, man.
We forgive you.
It's been a while, man. It's been a while, but
hey, real quick. Remember how we were all feeling when we finally beat FSU? This motherfucker went on ACC set or looked at the camera and went, "State champs,
state champs, yeah,
state champs." Like he thought that was something great.
But you know what? That's part of the problem with the fan base. That's why the fan base has been dumbed down. That's why the fan base expectations is like, you've gone from national championship expectations to now satisfaction is beating Florida, South Florida, Florida State. Fuck, you want a fucking pat on the back for beating Bethune. God damn it, and FAMU when you play them. Like, damn, man, like life is bigger than beating the teams in Florida. But man, people are stupid. Man, I had a coach in high school who used to tell me, he said, "Frank, don't worry about people. They're stupid." And the older that I get, the more I realize he was right. These motherfuckers are dumb, man. The tailgate mafia, bro. I call them the tailgate mafia.
Hey, guys, but guess what? It's back to work on Green Tree tomorrow. Back to work. I want that shirt. Back to work.
We got to execute, Stallion. We got to execute, man.
That's it.
We got to play harder. We got to hit harder.
Hey, we had a great week of practice. Guys were flying around. Canesware's got the state championship shirt. Go hit them up, and we even have a new shirt. Pound that thing, man.
Shannon Dawson's going to get up to the podium. We do what we do. It is what it is.
I'm pretty sure, and I'm going to call him out. I'm pretty sure Kane's Insight is going to be stroking them and putting it out for the public to get fooled by. That's what they always do.
Yeah, and then you got D Money and Peter Ariz not on the same page for the Kane Insight pod. I loved it. I was like, oh, so
and look,
great.
I don't give a shit. I might get some shit for saying it, but that fucking baboon face Alex Dono, I can't stand that motherfucker because every time I look, he's always blowing Miami and this and that. Like Miami can never do no wrong. Do you shut your baboon face up?
I got another one.
Did you hear the guy? Real quick, keep your train of thought, Rocky. The guy that filled in for him yesterday, man, he went the fuck off on Mario. He was a Miami grad because Dono couldn't do the Locked On show after the game. Listen to that guy because he said, "How dare you do that to Willis McGahee?" He just said, "This is why I don't work for WQAM." That's what he said, man. Honestly. So props to him. Rocky, who were you going to say?
Yeah, another one I'll be doing. I'll be going on there too in a couple of nights. I'll be talking to Mr. Furman, who's also a big time star.
Oh yeah, well you know me, I go on there. I mean,
on the same level. You know, Stallion on the same level as Dono is LFJ.
Yeah,
not so much Matt. Matt's on it. Matt gets it, but
Matt's
Furman,
yeah. I think that Furman just is like, and if it's true that what they kind of reined him in or whatever, like
Furman's like Street, they've got press credentials. They can't
They can't. They can't.
can't
But I
do
bet you if you got Furman one-on-one or whatever, he'd be so angry. Because, again, the subscribers are going to stop subscribing. Nobody subscribes to that shit or spends their hard-earned money when it's a bad product. You don't need to read the insight on that. There is no insight. It's all garbage.
Well,
So, you know.
that's why we prided ourselves at Utah to say, you know what, we just gonna keep it real and keep it gritty and just tell the truth. And when it's good, we giving praise, and when it's bad, we telling the truth. And
Fuck yeah,
a
man.
lot of people don't like it, but you know what? Like Devin said, you know, this ain't the channel for you. You don't have to watch it. You got other ones. If you want,
That's right.
look, I went on Coop's channel last night, and I called him out because he's up here wearing a the clown hair thing with a nose and shit, looking like Bozo. Well, you know, we've been fooled again, and I'm throwing my shit away. And I went up there and I told him, I said, Coop, stop it, because you're gonna be kissing their ass again next year. I don't give a fuck. I'm tired of the bullshit.
This right here, Brandon Hurricane B865. Thank you for tuning in. Mario is a coward and a disgrace for what he did to Willis McGahee, and Shannon Dawson and Mario are a complete laughingstock for what they're doing to our Canes. Amen. A fucking amen. Right there.
Amen.
Shouts out the Hurricane, man. He's
Yeah,
always
man.
been
That's
up
exactly. I
there
mean,
with
to do that to Willis McGahee, there's not one guy on this roster that can tie that guy's shoes. Honestly, I mean, oh my God. And if I'm wrong for saying that, because nobody will ever have 1,800 yards like that. It was an unstoppable fucking beast. 28 touchdowns. Need I go on? Would have been the second pick, and somehow was like Wolverine, was able to do squats and got drafted still 21st
Well,
in that fucking round.
I'm gonna say this before we sign out.
Before we sign off,
Get
yeah.
ready, because as it was told to me, there, and all universities do it, there is a PR guy that watches every podcast, every publication. Now, the difference with Mario and these other coaches, they just watch to make sure you ain't putting out no false information. You know, the other schools, making sure you're not lying and this and that, misleading the public. They'll call you out if you are. But they let you have your freedom of speech and freedom of opinions. But Mario, it got back to us. He saw us. He saw a lot of the shit that we said. And at the end of the day, you got to remember, we had Tyler Harrell on a couple of years ago when he was on the team. We had X on there when he was on the team. So you got players on Utah coming on Utah. So he actually saw a lot of what we said, and it got back to us. He don't like us. And the same thing, I guess, with Nevin. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. Now, you don't have to like us, but we're not going to not.
My response to that, LFJ, is too fucking bad.
Yeah. Hey, what did I say, Larry? If you can't take the heat, go fucking coach Elon. I mean, honestly, like this is a big time program. This isn't the baby gap here, man.
Blue blood program, green and orange. Fuck that.
Yeah. Hey, check this one out. Look at that. That's a good point.
Oh, yeah. Brandon, thank you. Answer me this. Why didn't he revoke Brett Romberg for going on Nevin's show, or any of the other 23 Canes who've been on Nevin's show? Offensive linemen get a pass, so yeah. Eric Carroll, my brother from New York. Mario is the best coach in the country at wasting talent. He recruits 4 and 5 stars, muzzles them with his conservative offense. This man loves his field goals. And he didn't even do it yesterday, Eric.
He didn't do that.
Yep, he fucked that up. So he'd fuck up 3 hookers, man. I'm being dead serious. And your wife loving that, Larry, made my day, honestly.
I'd love to go have a beer. I'd love to go have a beer with Cilio and see what he thinks.
Dude, Cilio tells it how it is, man. I mean, why hasn't he been on the Lamar Thomas show this year? Honestly, because he gives some truths that would make Gary Furman really sweat. Honestly,
the truth, fellas, is rarely acknowledged, and I'm glad that you guys, LFJ, you talk, do that, and you too, Stallion, with your platform here.
And let me tell you something, guys. Listen, Larry knows this. I have bled with this program. I've cried with this program. And, you know, again, just wanting to say this out. I've talked about this publicly. Please pray for my father. You know, he's got some things coming up with his heart. I didn't really want to bring this up, but, you know, last year I was never so angry about that Syracuse loss, because me and Dad were ready to go to Charlotte. It was going to be, he's now 83 years old, and I don't know how many more of these are going to get. But the thing is that, you know, we were even talking about Charlotte Friday morning before the Louisville debacle. And I was just like, you motherfuckers did this to me and my dad again. And me and him are going to do a trip, hopefully, when he gets this heart thing taken care of. But just prayers, because it's going to be pretty rough next couple of months, and we got that news on Friday, and I've kind of held it together. But yesterday didn't surprise me, and in fact kind of shut the door, because here's the ironic thing: even if we had made Charlotte, because of these complications with his heart, he couldn't have gone with me. So
Right.
that's the irony of the whole situation. But again, I don't want any, I'm not here for pity. I'm just telling you, I love this fucking program. I hate doing shows like this. I would rather us be talking about how great was it that we put 56 on them motherfuckers and, ruin their homecoming. We were their homecoming game, guys. What disrespect. What fucking disrespect.
And still lost it.
And lost.
Still lost it. And they had the pump noise in the crowd, I heard, or whatever like that, or something I heard in somebody else's show. And apparently Miami complained about it, and they had to tune it down after that. I mean, we're just a bitch program, man. We really are. I'm telling you, man. It's so sad. It really is. So, yeah. But, guys, thank you so much. Chat, Chris Kane, Brandon, L., all of you guys. I mean, Eric, Carroll, Brandon, thank you so much. Please come back next week. Hopefully we take care of business. We owe Syracuse one. We owe all these motherfucking teams one. But for whatever reason, we just bend over and let them peg us continuously. And I don't know what it's going to take before we finally just say enough and just kick their ass. I mean, I don't know what else it's going to take at this point. The fans care more. That's what I've always said.
Well, I do.
Right.
Stallion, can I subscribe to this?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, Rebels with a Cause.
Rebels with a Cause.
Yeah, if you go with the Rebels with a Cause, and then hit that like button. Everybody that's on there, if you hit that like button, it really helps the analytics. I'm trying to grow this channel. We are just a little bit of a we're the Jeffersons to the All in the Family that is the Utah channel and so forth. And honestly, we're a spinoff. And Devin and Larry, I hope that I can get down there to Atlanta and meet you guys in person, hugs all around, and just learn to grow my channel. And I got my friends up here in Tennessee, and we're trying to grow it up here. Just a different thing to promote high school football locally and the local teams from our old high school, as well as talk ball, because we've played it, we love it, and we just enjoy the conversation. And what we call it is male therapy hour, away from our miserable lives. Sometimes that's what we call it. So yes, and no politics. We try to keep it all sports related. So yeah, so definitely. And you're welcome to come on any more. One more thing here. So one more thing, McGahee's very into helping and giving advice and guiding young high school running backs. Does Mario not think his coward ass is going to cost us? Yep, he is already losing Lyle. Yeah, facts, Brandon. Again, this is Don Soldinger type 2. Honestly, you're just going to fuck up every connection you have to the pipelines. It's unbelievable. So yeah. Brandon's in Tennessee too. Yep, I'm in Knoxville, so that's where I'm at. So subscribe to the Rebels with a Cause channel, please. So yeah, but great show tonight, guys. Parting thoughts, because I've said all I've needed to. Rocky, I'll give you the floor. Larry, close us out, brother. So yeah.
Yeah, just. I mean, look, I'm still a Canes fan through and through. Just go win, go beat Syracuse this Saturday, one game at a time, 1-0, all of that. Go see if what we do can win us a game, and 12 to 15 play drives where we're in the huddle till, arguing about what play we're going to call, see if that's going to work, and see if we can get past Fran Brown's mighty Syracuse Orange this week at Hard Rock Stadium,
by the Chapel
which we should beat 38-0, 44-0. But who knows? Who knows?
The longer you let them hang around, you never know when. Just like SMU yesterday, you just let them hang around, and you should have just crushed their dick in the first quarter, honestly, but didn't do it. Larry, go ahead.
You got a lot of interim coaches about to get in some action this week. A couple of them already did it. A couple of more coming up next week. And I think the landscape of college football, you're getting a lot more equal. What do you say? Stay blessed, covering you. Oh, it shows my all that keeps me crashing out. Oh, appreciate you, Brandon. Appreciate you. I just think that, college football right now is it's crazy, because Florida, they hung with Georgia yesterday. Penn State kept things respectable with Ohio State. I expect LSU, believe it or not, I expect LSU, to have some rejuvenation with Alabama. That game will not be a blowout.
That's still Kalen DeBoer. That ain't Nick Saban. Yes,
exactly.
sir.
And that's a rivalry game.
So, they've had 2 weeks. They had a lot, so football is going to get real interesting. And adding to that, I expect Syracuse to come in here next week and give Miami a little run. Now, we'll see. Will Mario make adjustments? Will Shannon Dawson continue starting to do what he wants to do? Will they start arguing some more because, arguments on the sideline, I love it. I love every moment of it, I love the fact that Mario was coming in here once as an alpha, and this is who he is, but Shannon Dawson made you his bitch because you were trying to calm him down because that little Cajun was about to whip your ass on the sideline.
Shannon Dawson needs to tell Mario to get the fuck out of my office. That's what he needs to do.
Well, it's too late. It's too late now.
Yeah,
it's too
you're
late.
right.
So it's nothing. There's nothing he can do. But I think Shannon knows that his time is numbered. His days are up. So,
Chris Kane, if that happens, if Syracuse does beat Miami next week, I want him immediately fired.
I want him fired.
That's like Randy Shannon losing to South Florida.
If
honestly,
Syracuse beats Miami next week, I think after especially what happened yesterday, I think you're gonna have Armageddon amongst the Canes fans base.
Oh, absolutely.
It's gonna be ugly, y'all.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and then here's the other thing too, real quick to add to that point, that's really telling. Do you remember when Mario was introduced at the press conference or what have you, and they gave him that little baby jersey #1 or whatever? That really was fitting for that piece of shit. Honestly, it really was. So it was. He's a baby. He really is a big fucking baby, and I just don't even want to see him. Honestly, at this
that
point.
motherfucker squats the piss. Fuck him.
He does, man. He's soft as shit, man. God, dude. Hey, it's all about this you. This is how you throw it up right, Mario. We're gonna show you how you throw it up right. Because you ain't throwing it up right, man.
All about the you, baby.
Yeah, fuck everybody else, man. For Rocky,
constipated motherfucker.
For Larry Frank, for everybody in the chat, love you guys. Go Canes. There are better days ahead. I've been saying it for 20 years. Hopefully it gets done before all the hairs on my balls turn gray. Stallion out.
Thanks, Stallion. Thanks, LFJ.
All right, bro.